It's clobbering time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
It's clobbering time! Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberettes, clobberusies, clobberoids, and clobberologists, and clobberians, and any other clobberers. And to everyone else out there, the secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Welcome. Clobberonimo! It is Clobbering Times, number 674 on YouTube, number 1,374 overall, and we have tonight Saturday Night Star Trek number 142 Voyager reviews with my most awesome first officer. So good to see you all, and of course you wonderful people. Great to see you, my friends, on this Halloween weekend. I guess it is. I guess maybe everybody's out Halloween-ing tonight. I don't know. Since it's I think a lot of people like go in the States. I don't know about up there, but a lot of people go out partying on the Saturday of Halloween, since of course the actual Halloween night is on a is on a school night. It's on a Tuesday. And that's when you take the kids trick-or-treating and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's an early night with the kids, but I really think that Friday, Saturday,
Friday
and Saturday are going to be when the
Right.
adults are out shaking their tails.
Oh yeah, I mean that's never anything I've been into, but I do know lots of people who love Halloween, and this is they it's like a holiday. It's some people's favorite holiday, not mine, but a lot of people.
Yes,
and therefore they like to have a lot of fun going out there, and which is great. So a lot of them. And anyway, so number one, I was so happy you're here. So great to see you. This is my favorite time of the week because I get to hang out with you, and we get to see all of our buddies up there in the chat as well. So any opening words you might have for us?
Well, my first opening words are good evening. You're one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life. And so every single time we hang out, I'm going to tell you that. because
Oh,
you mean
thank you.
so much to me. I love you so much. I have had such a crazy, wonderful, cool ride with you over these last, 3 years. And
Oh,
I
thank
just
you.
love you and appreciate you so much. And I'm super excited to be here. I look forward to Saturday every week because I get you all to myself.
Back at you.
I just think you're super, super duper. I love you very much. Hail to the chat. Good evening, everyone. It is so good to see you. I am so looking forward to our conversations this evening. You guys are such gifted conversationalists. You are so knowledgeable about Star Trek. You have such a passion for Star Trek, and you always deliver on these amazing reviews, amazing interactions, and we just create such a great conversation here. I'm never ever going to lose sight of how special this room is when we come together on Clobby's turf to be the 735 Club. I just think it's absolutely a gas. So let's have a great time tonight. We have 4 more episodes to talk about. But before we get to that, I just want to shout out to all of the wrenches. Thank you so much for being here and for assisting us in keeping all of the clobberers, the clobberettes, the clobberooskies, and the clobologists together in the chat, answering questions, and just, yeah, you guys are just so great. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to shout out my Patreon subs. I'm doing the Andy Weir thing. Science fiction is a super small genre, and it can be really hard to hit and get people reading. And so these marvelous human beings have come together to say, you know what? We're going to be your patrons. It's very old fashioned. It reminds me of something that would happen in an Oscar Wilde novel or story. And I'm just super grateful. So I just want to say thank you to Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin. May you rest in peace, my friend. Shooter, Gwagnar, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric Kay and his trusty dusty dog Kirby. The dog's also mine, but not really. Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Cook, Dabman and the Dabman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course, their marvelous little pepperoni Lance. I'm chucking you some cheese, Lance, Rob Altes, and of course, Tyler. Thank you so much for backing my book. I have a new book coming out at the beginning of 2024. And my first collection of science fiction tales is available on Amazon. If you like episodic sci-fi, if you like classic sci-fi, and you don't like all that politics, you don't like all that hyper didacticism, people telling you what to think and how to feel. If you don't like any of that crap, then you're probably going to like my stories. So give them a try, and then let me know if you like them, if you enjoy them. So I think I've talked way long enough.
No.
I'm going to throw the floor back over to our captain, our chief, Captain Clobby. Let's do it.
Yep, let's do it indeed. Well, let's see here. What do we got? We'll what do we do for? Oh, what do we do here? What do we talk about? What? Oh no. Oh, now I remember. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. About shout. We've never started this early, so I'm confused. Shout outs, show notes, and shout outs. Okay, how about that? We'll do that. You know what I was thinking? For some reason, I was falling back into clubhouse mode, so I was about to say, Mark, what you got to say? But he ain't here yet. So, but
Mark,
eventually.
Damn it, Mark.
Damn it, Mark. It's all your fault. So, let's do some show notes and shout outs, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
Of course, let's see. This tomorrow night, speaking of the great chief engineer, Mark D with the C on his great channel. Please go over there and subscribe if you have not already. There are links in the descriptions and all that good stuff. And we'll get the links up later for that. 10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday Night Geekery, part 2 of Mark's excursion into New York City Comic-Con 2023. It was a lot of fun last week with part 1.
Wow.
Go back and catch that. It was great.
Yeah.
All the pictures and stuff, but he said so much that we had to continue. To be continued, and this week we'll have part 2 of that on the Geekery tomorrow night, Sunday Night Geekery. Always a lot of fun. And then Monday night, I'll be on my great buddy J-Man's channel with both J-Man and Sean. We'll review 3 more issues in our ongoing mission to review all in chronological order, of course, of the appearances of our beloved Legion of Superheroes from 1958
finest nerds
to 1989.
2 of the finest nerds ever. Those are 2 great nerds you're hanging out with. I can only imagine how awesome sauce that conversation is.
It's a lot of fun. But again, only if I guess it's probably only a lot of fun if you're Legion fan. But it is fun for us, and they're brand new Legion converts. So it's
oh really?
They as you know they're longtime comic readers.
They are
comics fans, but they never read that until I was shocked that Sean he heard me talking about it a lot, and then he asked where he should start off, and eventually we ended up just going back to the beginning and starting this way.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's as cool as you showing me Blake 7. Like it's just so wonderful when you find something, when something is esoteric, when something is precious and cool in the nerd or the geek community, and you share your knowledge and you show it to someone else. It's such a fabulous way to celebrate it. And with, like you said, these guys know a lot about comics. So, and you're the grand poobah of all of geekdom. So I can imagine how cool this conversation is.
Oh, we have a lot of fun, and it's great that and that and the other review show we do on Friday nights. But then, of course, Monday night I'll be here after that, I'll be on Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk at 9 Central. Wednesday night, of course, Wild Card Wednesday night. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm hanging out with the great Tom Connors on his channel, Midnight Edge After Dark at
nice
6 p.m. A bunch of good folks over there.
Tom!
Tom. And, of course, Wednesday nights with Loki and the Comic Roundtable. We brought that back.
Nice.
And what else? And, of course, then Wildcard Wednesday night. Then it's a Clubhouse, of course, folks, Thursdays, where we're reviewing Blake 7 and a Star Trek comic, Star Trek Early Voyages. Lots of fun. And Tales of Tomorrow still. And a lot of fun there. Then, of course, Friday nights, it's the Fourth World on J-Man's channel, reviewing Jack Kirby's Fourth World Saga with Sean and J-Man. And then Nicholas and the gang had a good time with them last night on Thursday, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's channel. Every Friday night, the Comic Shop Talk, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And, of course, as you know, then it's always Saturday Night Star Trek. And tonight, we have 4 episodes for you tonight. So get ready. First, we'll do a few shout-outs, because it's just how we roll up in you.
Cajun Man, yes.
And our wrenches, of course, get the shout-out, whether they're here or not. The great Eric K., the bronze wrencher.
Love you, honey.
Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing well, Eric. The vindicator wrench of the Great White North, Chris Persia. Thank you so much for all you do, buddy.
Good evening, sweetheart. We just love you and appreciate you so much.
You the man, buddy. D. Bud Martin, the wrench of iron.
D. Bud!
Lord Thoth, God of the wrenches. And a shout out to his wonderful Lady Thoth. Avon lives, and long live the Legion, my friend. Indeed, their greatness. A good buddy, J-Man, partner in crime on Earth B and fellow reviewer extraordinaire of the Legionnaires. And Fourth World, Stephen Cal-El.
Real
Super Wrench, yep. Thor in Vegas, Maddie's daddy, the wheel of Wrench Mjolnir. The rascally wrench himself. Fanty Outsider.
Fanty.
The master of the Clubboni, Hungry Boy, painter of the cover of Science Fiction Tales by Commander R.M. Briggs. And our own music, Meister Maximum Redstone.
Maximum Redstone.
Yes, indeedy-ishness. So, let's see who is up in heel tonight. And start shouting them out. Let me get situated here. Okay, I think I got everybody. We'll make sure. I hope we did. Okay, so far here tonight, first of all, I want to thank anyone who is lurking out there. Your lurkers are valued. We really appreciate you. Cannot thank you enough for choosing to listen to us or watch us, as the case may be. And a rewatch, download if you're watching us later. Thank you again. I don't say it enough. I forget sometimes. And please, of course, if you have done already, please like and subscribe. It's something I gotta say, because you're supposed to say that sort of thing, and I do. But
You should.
yeah, I didn't say I shouldn't. I just
You're just a humble guy, so it
forget.
feels awkward, and then sometimes you
It does,
forget. But everyone should be subbing.
I don't like axing for anything.
I know. That's why we love you, Club.
Oh well, thank you, love you. Let's see. Here's with us tonight is, of course, our what is it? Our communications officer, anti-derivative Jill. Hey, Jill.
Holy shamoli,
Hey,
Jilly
Jilly.
Jill. Can I just take let's tap the brakes for 2 wags of a puppy's tail here, because holy shamoli, Jill was all over her social media today promoting your channel and this show. Jilly,
Thank you, Jill.
Honey, I'm sending you the warmest hug. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you for everything that you did today, like from the start of the day all the way up to the show, all over your social media, including on your own channel on YouTube. You're just a doll, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're so thoughtful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate you. Let's see where. Okay, so Shooter. Pew, pew, pew. Hey man, what's up, buddy? Let's see. Empress and M. Hello there.
Empress and M.
Up. Birthday time for the great Raymond Feliciano, our good friend Raymond. Happy birthday, buddy, and congrats on the subs on the channel.
If you say Raymond Feliciano, we have to say King Dolphin TV.
In color. Also, the extraordinary Sandra Feliciano with his better half. Sandra, hey.
You crazy kids.
Wagner. What's up,
buddy?
JT Kirk, you old space dog.
JT Kirk, he is Kirok.
Taylor Swift is greater than Disney.
You're damn right she is.
I agree with that, I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so. But then what really isn't these days?
Yeah, well, my offspring
good to see you, Taylor.
With the Taylor Swift girl. And, I know she gets a bad rap because people are like, oh, she always thinks about breaking up with people. And growing up as a musician, I can tell you that 98% of all songs ever written were about breaking up with people. Yeah. So I think she gets a bit of a bad rap, and I think she was a sweet little girl who grew up in the country music scene. And so I'm okay. I mean, she's not my cup of tea. It's not like I would buy her albums, but I'll tell you something. When my offspring, starts cutting the rug because she loves it or she wants to go to a concert, I go. I think she's a great American success story. That young girl who writes a diamond hit album when they're 15, when she's 15 years old. 15. What a great kid. Anyway,
it's hard to seeing her in the Chiefs games personally. But Enigmatic Drop Bear, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Enigmatic Drop Bear is the erudite bear. He's probably going to drop the mic tonight with his amazing reviews.
Let's see here. Penny, for your thoughts. Hey, Penny.
And I have a request from Penny. First, I want to say, Penny, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for making us a part of your nighttime routine. I feel like a bit like Clubby is your Johnny Carson, and that is such an honor and a pleasure. And I just want to thank you for letting us be that for you. And you had a request, so it's coming right now.
Oh, is that what the request was?
Yeah, she put up raspberry,
Okay, well, there you go. Bubba Doom 1, buddy. All right. Good to see
you.
Indeed. Michael Beacom, what's up, my friend? And shout out to Cassandra.
Cassandra is with us tonight in the background. So I'm waving hello to her, and I'm sending her a hug. Thank you so much for joining us, Beacums. We love you so much. I hope you have a great time tonight.
Indeed. Dave G. Sound.
Dave G. Sound. Not just another body of water.
Lisa!
Lisa!
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yes. Hey, Courtney. Good to see you. Courtney dropping in there. All right, Courtney. It's Courtney. Sander Hammerslag. Hello.
Evening, Sander.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Fortune?
Oh, Doc Fortune's here. That's great.
Yeah. Victor Fontaine, what's up, my friend?
Vic! He promised me he was going to be here, and he delivered. You should sing us
Aw.
a tune.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, good to see you, Victor. Dadman and the Dadman clan. Hey.
That man clan.
Parker Luck. Can't lose.
Evening, Parker.
Oh, long time no see. Fiona, what's up, my dear? Good to see you.
Curtsy.
Princess Fiona. Good, princess. Sean Carter from
Mars.
Simply Steve. What's up, Kimasabi?
Hey!
I don't have anybody else at the moment, but anyone else we do get, we will shout them out accordingly. I guess what it means we can get down to beeswax here.
Mm-hmm. You're trick-or-treating, and it's okay. Go have fun.
Well, they're trick-or-treating Tuesday night, but I guess they're
the adults are trick-or-treating tonight.
Partying. They're partying.
Yeah, for sure.
And costuming and
That's
stuff.
right.
That's cool. I know people that love it. They celebrate Halloween the whole month. So, Oakley Dokley Smokely, here we go. Tonight, of course, for those who do not know, Saturday Night Star Trek. If you are catching this later for the first time, basically, what is Saturday Night Star Trek? It began yes, it is, Fiona. It is Halloween party night. It began first week in January of 2021, when we embarked upon this fateful mission to review all of Star Trek, real Star Trek only, of course, 1966 to 2005, the only Star Trek that counts, no filth afterwards, nothing else after that is legitimate Star Trek. It is corporate trash with that unfortunately the appropriated title of Star Trek. So,
yes.
We're going to do it all. And then we proceeded and did Star Trek, the original series, the animated series after that, the original crew films after that, Star Trek The Next Generation, the TNG films after that, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and now we're just getting started. Last week we blasted off season 3 of Star Trek Voyager. Well, tonight we have 4 more episodes. The best is yet to come. Nice. Oh my goodness! Look who's here. What do you? Damn.
Scuba Pete
Means that much to you, Scuba Pete, and they call him Scuba Pete. He's the king of the Ramba beats. When he plays the maracas, he goes chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Hey, buddy.
Did you notice that Vic
And
Fontaine
Leslie
was singing a song while
And
you
Leslie.
were explaining the show?
I did. I saw it. I saw
thought
it.
That was pretty darn
I
cool.
saw it. Yes, indeed. Hey, Professor R2. I've not seen you here before.
Oh, good evening. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
and Wes
indeed.
Cagle's here.
Wes Cagle, what's up?
West.
It's always good to see new people here. So, Professor R2, welcome. Greetings. Welcome to Clobbering Times. Wes Cagle, good to see you too. As always, a big Voyager fan. Well, not so much. Oh my goodness, but he hangs out with us anyway, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
We do.
So, Beat Bop. Look, hey, I don't look. In fact, can I quote you on this? Beep boppy. Good to see you.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Okay, so like I said, that is what we do here. We're the way we roll. The Pander Stone stays in the safe tonight. Fiona.
Princess Fiona.
I've
never touched the Pander Stone. It's horrible. Stone. It's like kryptonite.
Oh yeah. Well, and I did watch that episode, so I know what you're talking about.
Yes. It's like that glisters from Space 1999. Do not touch the Pander Stone.
Oh, well, this is a different Pander Stone she's referring to.
I know. She's talking about that one from the show you guys all watch, but I watched the video of it. The
South Park.
The South Park, yes. And
yes.
They were making fun of the Kathleen Kennedy. Oh my goodness, did I ever laugh?
It was hilarious. And I'm not even much of a South Park guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, so here we goes. Oh, Tobor's here. Oh, Tobar the robot.
Tobar!
I don't know if we have any robots this week, but I'm glad we have you. Tobar. Good robot.
Repping the robots.
Yeah. Hey, Rob Altus, too. What's up, man?
Rob, good evening, my friend.
Well, good to see you, Robbo. All right. Okay. Now we'll get to it. So tonight, well, I'll turn the helm over to you, number one. So if you would like to tell us what we've got ready for our first episode.
We are, boss. Tonight's first episode is False Prophets. This is season 3, episode 5. This is production code 40840-114. This first aired on October 2nd, 1996. Now, on this show, we don't recommend user-generated material just because it's filled with errors and it makes a mess out of fandom. So, don't go to Memory Alpha. It's polluted with the filth. Poopy diapers are floating in the sea that is the cesspool of Memory Alpha. It's pretty much the same over at IMDb. But, so we recommend that you use the Celebration or the Companion if you're looking for info on here on this iteration of Star Trek. But, some of you are like Clobby and I. We've been Star Trek fans for over 45 years. And so maybe you didn't have time this week to watch the episode. So it's very important that we start the podcast off with just a little refresher, a very brief summary. So we're all on the same page, literally and figuratively, so that we could talk about it and jog your memory if you didn't have time to watch the episode. So I'm going to be reading extemporaneously from Wikipedia. It's usually riddled with errors. The grammar is atrocious. We often mock it. We have great fun with it. Yeah, let's just read it and get through it. Saddle up, lock and load.
Greetings, Jamalama. I haven't seen you here before either.
Jamalama. Jamalama
like
ding dong.
I
Are
like
you
that name.
Jamalama ding dong?
I don't know, but I like that name.
Yeah, me too. Jamalama ding dong. Okay, the USS Voyager detects an unstable wormhole whose exit point is traced. Whose exit point? No, bad grammar. To the agony booth with you, is traced to the Alpha Quadrant. This would be a shortcut home for Voyager. The only problem is that the Delta Quadrant side moves around erratically. While Harry Kim and B'Elanna Torres work on a way to stabilize the wormhole, Tuvok investigates a nearby planet called Takar with a Bronze Age civilization. He is surprised to discover evidence of replicator technology there. Chakotay and Paris beam down to investigate. They discover 2 Ferengi posing as demigods. No, they're posing as gods, who were foretold in the planet's mythology. Years ago, as told in Star Trek The Next Generation's episode, The Price, they had come through the wormhole, and since it was unstable, had been unable to go back. Instead, they decided to exploit the replicator technology and make themselves rich. When the Ferengi are beamed aboard Voyager, they refuse to go back through the wormhole and point out the harm to the natives' religion if they simply disappeared. Janeway is forced to return them to the planet. Neelix is disguised as a Ferengi. Travels back to the planet. He pretends to be a representative of the Grand Negus, the Grand Proxy, and demands the 2 return to the Alpha Quadrant so he may confiscate their riches. His ruse is uncovered and the Ferengi attempt to kill him. Neelix barely survives. I mean, if a Ferengi can kill you, geez.
Yeah.
Neelix barely survives the assault and is among the natives. However, the Voyager crew has learned the end of the native mythology. Neelix announces himself as the Holy Pilgrim, a character prophesied to return the sages to their home. The sages, which is not being explained in this article, are the Ferengi who were playing themselves off as gods. Yeah. He coordinates with Voyager to create signs of his authenticity, which incite the natives to attempt to burn him and the Ferengi at the stake, citing a passage prophesying that they will return home on wings of fire. Neelix and the Ferengi are beamed away at the last moment, and the natives are convinced their prophecy has come true. The Voyager crew succeed in stabilizing the wormhole, but the Ferengi manage to steal back their shuttlecraft, which Voyager had confiscated. Their attempts to escape back to Takar end with them being sucked into the wormhole and destabilizing it after being sent to the Alpha Quadrant. Voyager is left behind and they resume course to the Alpha Quadrant at Warp 6. So,
Wow.
Captain, my captain, mon capitaine, please tell me, what did you think of this dirty diaper called False Prophets?
First of all, yeah, I see what you're saying there, JT. What is this? Deep Space Nine? We can't get away from Ferengi?
Nope.
Man, granted, it's a one-off sort of. They don't have had a lot of Ferengi on Voyager, but good. And still, really a Ferengi episode. Did they bring people over from Deep Space Nine to write that one or something? This, of course, being a sequel in a sense, or an unofficial to a TNG episode about whatever that episode's about, that wormhole. These same two got Ferengi. First of all, what a wimp is Neelix. He can't fight off two Ferengi, man. He is the worst wimp I ever seen in Star Trek.
And he also divulges the entire situation to them, and that's also not needed.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Again, attempt to have a lighthearted episode. I don't mind a lighthearted episode once in a while. That's what this really was. That's always what it is with the Ferengi. Actually, the concept of the plot of them, this is what Ferengi would do that. So a lot of the stuff they were doing are things that are credible for the Ferengi would do. But it's just, I don't care. It's not really interesting to me. There are episodes I hate way more than this. I don't really hate it. I just thought it was kind of just dull and annoying for the most part.
Agreed.
After the initial humor of the Ferengi doing this, wears off, because I'm like, that's pretty funny. And
well, the chesticles were
the girls were nice.
The chesticles were fabulous. The girls came out. They were on parade. The girls with their girls. Lots of chesticles happening in this episode, but that's just basically the only highlight of the episode. And guess who's here? The chief engineer.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what is he trying to tell us something? Did you? I thought he said he had something of a clip he gave us, but maybe not.
No,
I'll find it later, I guess. So no, you're right again. So again, there's not
Picard's here.
Who? Where?
Ray Lucard.
Yeah. Hey, Ray. Oh, Ray Lucard. Good to see you. Hey there. Good to see you. I don't have much more to say about it. Go ahead with the notes. Let's get moving.
Okay, these are my notes, folks. Why does Janeway give the stardate using the vowel O? You do not give a stardate using the vowel O. You say 0. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes people do that. They say "oh" when they mean 0, but I don't.
Yeah, but Janeway shouldn't be doing that. She's a captain in a starship. She's not only an astronaut, but she's a high-ranking person in the military. So for that, I would like to put Janeway in the agony booth. Spray her down with fake hair from Ron Popeil and set it and forget it.
It's under the Voyager brand. Where is it? Mark. I'm sorry. Go ahead, I'll find it. Good.
The Ferengi women should be naked. When Gene Roddenberry was alive,
yes,
and we had naked Ferengi women, we made sure that it was presented as them being naked. Not that I have anything against guys checking out those magnificent chesticles that were on display. They should be naked. I love the camera work with Andrea Martin. She was a comedic genius. I love her very much. So why didn't we have a little bit of that? This is a comedy episode. The Barzan wormhole incident wasn't because the Ferengi tried to nefariously acquire the wormhole for themselves, as Tuvok says. That's not true. The reason they wound up being lost or trapped in the Delta Quadrant was because the Ferengi scientists feared that the Federation was trying to sabotage the negotiation by falsely representing the science. So they basically said, well, what do you mean? We're going to stay here and we're going to collect our readings. They weren't doing anything nefarious. So, Brandon Braga, when you're going to write something, go back and rewatch something.
Did you write this one?
Pardon?
Did you write this one?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it's
cool.
Brandon
Comic
Braga.
Relief Crusader. Hey there. Thank you.
Let me just check.
Good to see you, Crusader.
Oh no. It is George Brozak and this is why Joe Minosky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another fail, another epic fail. It's like he and Brandon Braga sit around a fail machine. Why is Neelix in a senior staff meeting? Once again, Neelix has no business being in a senior staff meeting. And why is he sent to the planet? He has no knowledge of Ferenginar. He has no knowledge of Ferengi. Um, Aside from, exchanging information about the weather, Neelix is the exact wrong person to send on this mission. So it's
Yeah.
preposterous, and yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
They did it to thought it was funny. They did it for comic relief. They didn't care what they were.
Yeah, the guy's not funny. I'm sorry,
Oh,
that
no.
guy's not funny. Chicken Man is awful. I'm sorry, the actor's just terrible. I can't stand it. Why are the Voyager staff so incompetent? So we see them fail on so many levels. They're outmaneuvered by a Ferengi shuttlecraft, which they should not be outmaneuvered by a Ferengi shuttlecraft. They're outpowered by a small component from a Ferengi shuttlecraft. They lose this wormhole. Even though prior we've had a wormhole that was like, about the size of a loony or a toonie, like a couple of inches, and they were trying to expand it. So it's just really annoying and dumb. Voyager's tech is 7 years ahead of this Ferengi shuttlecraft. So it's just really dumb. I don't believe any of it. It's stupid. And I hate Neelix. I hate Neelix.
Well, on the plus side, we do have something that the chief engineer gave us. Let's take a look at this. Whoa. That's an overlay. Sorry. Here's the clip. Oh, there it is.
I can't say that I like this town very much. On the other hand...
Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
Right?
Hell yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm giving this 0 chesticles out of 10. Yeah, other than the boobs, this is a fail for me. I mean, I gave it a pretty good rating, like a rating it doesn't deserve, but that's because I had a glass of wine and I was eating cheese popcorn. Just don't tell my dentist because he doesn't want me eating popcorn.
I mean, it's not like I don't think it was like shockingly bad either compared to some of them. Just, it was. I'm just not all that amused by Ferengi crap, and maybe that's because there was so much of it on Deep Space Nine, but I'm tired of it. Maybe if there had been less, because some of those episodes were good. I mean, there were some good episodes that were actually legitimately funny. With I thought, a couple of them I liked. With Quark and Rom and their mother, different things, and other stuff with Ferengi did, and Brutt and all that stuff. There were some episodes I thought were mildly funny, but this one's like now I'm just it's gotten tired.
Armin Shimerman, and I know they say Shimmerman in the United States, but I think his name only has one M, so I don't know why that happens. But anyway, Armin is such a great actor, and he does so much with the Quark character.
Yes.
You're never quite sure if Quark is good or evil. It's very obvious that Quark is much like Fred Flintstone. He has an evil angel or a devil on one side and a good angel on the other side. And they're constantly competing for his attention. And that's what makes the Quark character interesting. Making Neelix into a Ferengi is not interesting. It's dumb. And having these two scientists play themselves off as gods and outmaneuver and out-tech Voyager with a state-of-the-art Starfleet starship is just absolutely stupid. Armin can do this sort of thing, and even when the writing is super shite, you enjoy it. But he's Ethan Phillips is not Armin. He's just not. He does not have the ability he has to carry an episode like this and to make shite writing work. And this is truly shite writing. I mean, it's not horrible. Yeah, I guess where Voyager is concerned, but Voyager would be the barometer here.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. Well, let's see here. So, what is your rating for False Prophets?
I was drinking a lovely Merlot from Chile, and I had a lovely glass of it. It was delicious. So I gave it a C minus.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I gotta give it a C. I mean, it's just like I say, there's some mildly amusing bits. I just don't really, yeah, like I said, reserve the really low. There's so many times that we have very rightfully ripped these things a new one. Then I'm gonna just cut them a little slack that they were trying to have a little fun. I mean, at least I'll give them one thing on Voyager: they didn't try to be comedy as much as Deep Space Nine did. So, all right. So I give it that. Now I will ask our dear friends in the chat, please come forward with any review, any rating and any review you may have of, if you want to, of course, of False Prophets. And while number one is collecting up your reviews, I'm going to bring us some extraordinary Max Red Stewed entertainment. Go for it. Number one. I will get this here.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
Okay, so here we go, folks. Thank you so much, Max Redstone, as always. We have some limericks. Hang on one second. All right. Okie dokie. False prophets. Alas, it's a wormhole with a tail that's unstable. And there, two Ferengi acting like Cain and Abel. Janeway sees these greedy butts and goes stirring up the Bronze Age nuts, because the starship that got home quickly should also be a fable. Nice stuff, Max Redstone. Well done as always, me friend. All righty, let's see what everyone says now. We got Gwagnar first up, folks. And the Gwag says he gives it a grade D minus. Wow. I hate the Ferengi, and then they combine the Ferengi with Neelix. Wow. Yeah, good point. If you hate the Ferengi, and I don't really like them either, to be honest.
Oh, but it's so true. Preach, Gwag, preach.
Voyager should be tried for crimes against humanity.
Love you, Gwag.
We found something that Neelix is good at, sniveling. Oh, boy. He can't even fight two wimpy Ferengis. He was terrible. Man, send somebody in there that could fight at least. Send Tuvok in there. We could smack the Ferengi around. Another example of Tuvok's failure as head of security. His teams were defeated by Ferengi. I'm surprised that Supercast isn't in charge of this by now. She seems to be good at everything else. She's the best ever.
God, I love Gwag.
Where's your next Gwag? Okay. 3. Let's see. Again, insane ways decisions mess up the crew's chance of getting home. Yep.
Yeah, like bangway, bangway, bangway.
Yeah.
Head desk, bangway. Get your shite together.
I gotta say, I hate to defend insane way, but she did the right thing. She couldn't leave those idiots there. I mean, she could, but that's.
But how did she allow herself to be strategically outmaneuvered by a shuttlecraft that is 7 years older?
Oh, she's a dummy. But I'm just saying, she, trying to stop them was the right thing to do, though.
Yes. Like how you're like, oh no, she's a dummy.
Oh, she's adult. Oh, well, the writers are adults anyway. Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Empress and M says D. The Umox was the Omox. I guess you mean Umox. Umox was terrible. Thank you, Empress. All right.
Were terrible.
The great enigmatic drop bear says F. Whoa, is it an F? The price left a loose end that did not need to be closed. Was that the name of the episode of TNG? The Price?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yet they did in the most lazy, trite, and unfunny way possible. I think they knew this. I think they knew this too, given the parade of fan service. Space is vast. When space is vast, Voyager's journey only covers a tiny fraction of the galaxy. It is improbable, nigh impossible. that they would encounter the two waylaid Ferengi. It's inconceivable. Yep, well.
And how did they not run into the Kmart Klingons? How did the Kmart Klingons not say, "I'll take your transporter, I'll take your technology, I'll take your replicator"?
They're smarter than Janeway. That's why.
And they said that when they came down on the planet, that the Ferengi shuttlecraft had been like irreparably damaged. That not only did they crash, but they were on fire, and they didn't do any repairs to it. So how did they number one, steal it back?
That was a
Sorry,
big one.
Tuvok, you have to your agonizer, please. But yeah, it's just the whole thing is just shite.
That was a biggie, rare. That was a biggie for me in that episode.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, Torres and Harry were able to tame the wormhole entry. Yet the Federation's best minds could not work out how to do that in the price. Inconceivable again. Nice.
Bossman Jerry Lahane is here.
Oh. Hello, Jerry.
Yeah, I thought you'd like to write that name down on the roster so you can say hello.
Hey. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Welcome. They realized the Kmart Klingons were awful as antagonists, so dispense with them only to reintroduce arguably Star Trek's worst antagonist, the Ferengi. Inconceivable. Yeah. Inconceivable. I may as well read this last bit as Nagus.
Yes, please. You're going to do the Grand Nagus.
The Ferengi were able to escape Voyager effectively, unimpeded. Inconceivable. You don't like my episode? Because there's no profit in it. See, it says false profit. That's not good at all. You're all worse than Quark, you two. I'm glad you got stuck in the Delta Quadrant. You should stay there.
Oh, little Zeki.
Ooh, there you go. Insane Way decided to prioritize the recapture of the Ferengi over entering the wormhole to get everyone home.
Inconceivable.
All right. Let's see. All righty. Oops. Where am I? Oh, wrong button.
Bubba Doom wants a Moogie Boss.
Oh, what? Moogie. Oh, I can't. Moogie. Oh, I hate that. I can't do Rom Space Nine as well. Maximum Redstone says C-, only because it was a one-off of the price and chesticles, to be honest.
Yeah, fabulous chesticles.
Whatever ever happened to not making Prime Directive violations worse with more Prime Directive violation?
Bossman, you have received a gift from the great Eric K. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Thank you, Eric. I'll get to that in just 1 second, buddy. Let me finish up with Max right here. Fine. What else would Ferengi do if trapped in such a situation? Exactly this. I don't blame the Ferengi who were marooned through the bars and wormhole. I blame Janeway and company 100%. Yeah. 100% agree with RM. Sending Neelix on such a mission is 1,000 times worse than Will Riker in First Contact.
Yeah.
I kind of like that episode. If you mean the episode. Even though the Ferengi are scientists, they made Voyager look dumb, stupid, dumb.
Oh my God.
Indeed,
Shooter
sir.
just gifted 10 memberships. Oh my God.
Oh my
Shooter.
God. Shooter, thank you so much, buddy.
Sweetheart. Shooter, that's so kind and generous of you. Folks, Shooter just
Thank you, Shooter.
bought 10 people who are here tonight a membership to Clobby's channel. So take advantage of that. And Shooter.
Please do.
Sweetheart, thank you so much.
Thanks, Shooter. You're too kind, buddy. I appreciate that. Eric K says, the shuttle in pieces, then working, drove me nuts. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I'm glad Raquel mentioned it because I don't make notes. I just do things. Again, thank you so much, Shooter. Again, appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, what a sweetheart of a guy.
Let's see here.
Pew, pew, pew.
Shooter says C+. Had to get the Ferengi in there somewhere. Yeah. This is a nice return to a TNG episode that actually makes sense. The high resolution probe did not pick up everyone wearing ears. Everyone wearing ears? He said the questions. I don't know. Why weren't they? Oh, that's right. It was a dampening.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Well, this is an interesting look at a primitive society influenced by a malicious one, but it is typical Ferengi stuff. What's with the obsession with shoes? They focused on these in the shoot too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's because they watched a lot of those jail shows from when we were kids. You know, if you're my age, if you're Gen X and you grew up in the 1970s and you watched all of those ABC Saturday Night at the Movies where they were trying to copy all of the great prison movies from that time. This is basically like an entire decade of prison movies. And one of the first things you go for in prison is, your kicks, right? They even write songs about it, right? About people getting killed over their kicks, their shoes, as the cool kids say. I guess they call them kicks. But yeah, it's very tired, isn't it, Shooter? It's just tired. Especially the target audience is Gen X, and we know that. Been there, done that.
Neelix seems to have been a quick study on Ferengi culture, but it was fun to watch him squirm. It was a fun watch, and Neelix nearly burned. So all's good. Also, boobs.
Sure.
We all like them, don't we? Raymond says, D, what a bad leader. A crew of Gilligans. They let Ferengi beat them. Yeah. I can't say enough bad for this episode, but 4 raspberries makes the episode tolerable.
Okay, here you go. 4.
Oh, there
Happy
you go,
birthday, Raymond. Happy
birthday. Your birthday raspberries.
That's right.
Scuba, pizza C- or 2.5 roasted Ferengi testicles out of 5. Great balls of fire.
Love you, Scuba Pete.
Great balls of fire.
Smooch Leslie's face for me, please.
Let's see here. JT Kurt was a man, and he still is a man, by the way. I think 32 100 DD. Whatever that means.
32 out of 100 double Ds.
Okay. I can't just... Never mind. JT, in spite of that, I'm still want to hope the Lions win tomorrow, if they're playing.
I thought you could ask him. I thought you could ask him for his agonizer.
No, I'll let him off this once. If only the original print of this episode would go up into the sky on a flame of roaring plasma.
Yep.
If I were Bangway, I'd say leave these two and get to the wormhole. Screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Screw them.
Or, just disable their ship.
How about blow their ship up, blast it or something? Lisa, since Double D's was going to write a review about limited wardrobe and provocative camera angles, but decided not to. Inspired by Mark D with a C on Fortnite Stardate 10/28/23 DD. Hike. Thank you, Lisa.
I love Lisa.
D- says Simply Steve. Alt title Farts and Fits. Ferengi as deities with replicators for magic. Presto, take Chicken Man. Chicken Man. Should have died at Chicken Man should have died at the fire. Yes. But only minorly roasted. Yes. Sorry.
It's terrible.
Eric K. The great Eric K says D.
Larry!
Is Larry here?
Larry just walked through the door. Everyone say hello to the man, the gentleman, who is so nice. You should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. My patron, my friend, a wonderful part of this community, a guy who supports creators and authors and artists. Larry!
All right, Larry. Good to see you, buddy. So Eric says DD. DD. And Double D just for the ladies' boobies. Bangway and the crew are idiots. Neelix goes undercover and knows nothing and is not in constant communication in case something went wrong.
Yeah, why isn't he wearing... Yeah, like, Eric, it's so bad.
Stupidic. They were talking. They were talking Prime Directive. Well, they should be trying to set it back to what it should be. These people should have been at least taught better ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now they will follow rules of acquisition. They were outgunned and outmaneuvered by a shuttle. This is the worst ship design ever.
And here's the thing, you know, they tried to say that it's under the guise of wanting to save what religious beliefs these people have, but now they've essentially gotten rid of their entire religion, because now, you know, the prophecy was fulfilled, they're never coming back, and now they have no religion. And who knows? What if they have their own wormhole aliens? What if they have their own prophets who are bound for the planet? So we've already ruined the Prime Directive. We've already changed the trajectory of this civilization's religion and development, politics, laws. We've altered it all. So yeah, I agree with you, Eric. It's so flimsy. It's like wet toilet paper. You know what? Who? Oh, Joe Minosky. Shin kicks, Joe Minosky. Shin kicks.
Eric, the next one you had says 2. That was 3 of 4. That I've did 1, 2, then this says 2 of 4 again. So I'm not confused and I don't see a 4. Was that a mistake? Anyway, let me know. Someone in Starfleet needs to be investigated for extra trips to Ryza to get the design approved. Sorry. Blah blah. Sandra Feliciano says C-. Chicken Man able to learn enough about Ferengi society to pull that off?
Yeah.
No freaking way. The whole premise is moronic. Thank you, Sandra. Indeed it is.
Totally agree, Sandra.
Wes Cagle, the biggest Voyager fan I know.
I love West.
Says, can I give a grade lower than F? Sure you can. You give an E. No, let's see. You give like a G? I don't know. F minus 10 out of 100. It is a Voyager episode after all. Wow. Biggest fan of Voyager I've ever met, man. Okay. Fiona says, just what we need, Ferengi and Voyager. And a pun for the little ugh. And a pun for the little ugly. Creative bankruptcy continues. The ratings were really flagging at this point.
Yeah.
They were desperate, I guess. But does Ferengi good for ratings? I don't understand that. Yeah. I don't know if they thought Ferengi were good for ratings. Geez, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a meeting about how to get some half-naked women in the show. Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Any good points that show had were totally eclipsed by demonstrations of Starfleet incompetence.
Well, it could have gone by way of Angel. That would have been fun if they would have had an entire planet of naked women. And then they would have to send Chakotay to have to go deal with it. Angel 1.
Angel 1. Dumb episode, but at least it had chicks in it.
Dumb.
Slightly better, but more annoying than usual. I dream of Genie in space. D-, but C+ if I were a guy because of the impressive underboob. Oh yeah, that was nice. Still, hate it when Starfleet looks stupid. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
well,
we received a gift from Bubba Doom.
Hey, Bubba Doom. Thank you, buddy. He says, since we're talking chesticles and Ferengi, Mapella was the best Dabo girl because legs. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but I trust your judgment. So there you go.
Serious Boutte. Everyone, say hello to Das Wolfen.
Das Wolfen. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you are well tonight. Bubba Doom says C-. Their handling of the Ferengi is ham-fisted. It's exactly what Shimmerman fought against with Quark. Some of the best scenes in Trek are because he refused to play goofy.
Mm-hmm.
But play the scene straight. There you go. I couldn't help but think this episode was to save money so Phillips could put the same makeup he had in Menage a Troy. Oh, yeah. I remember he played the Ferengi a couple times. They went back and stole from a TNG episode. They did. I love Ferengi, says Bubba. Okay. Almost as much as the Klingons. All that all that, I give them credit for at least trying.
Yes.
It would have been much better if they have used a Delta Quadrant race. Opportunity lost. I understand.
Yeah. Anytime
Um,
they squander an opportunity to introduce us to a new species and explore a new idea, they failed. I agree, Bubba.
the deediousness. Was there even any Umoks? Yeah, there were. Yeah, there were.
Yeah, there were a couple were giving Umoks.
Jill, our wonderful communications officer, says C. I can't rate it any less because of how much fun I had watching, but I can't rate it any more than that because of some nonsensical elements. This is the epitome of Voyager so far for me. Yeah. This depiction of the Ferengi falls back on base level Ferengi tropes that rank it better than their first appearance in TNG and worse than the evolution in character they enjoyed in DS9. That's a fair cop as well.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Good point there, Jill. While Neelix has a major role in this episode, I'd say that the Ferengi makeup and attitude works and fits much better on him than the Talaxian ever did. He has played a Ferengi a few times, including on Enterprise.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Even if Voyager had stabilized the wormhole, what is the likelihood that the Grand Negas would be there already?
Yeah.
I suppose they're dumb enough to believe it. They certainly don't question it.
Yeah. And they should be conniving and scheming, and they should be intelligent. They're supposed to be physically inept. Remember, Gene Roddenberry's initial conceptualization was that the Ferengi and Ferenginar, they would be cannibals, and that they would be, terrifying and repulsive. And then we gave into this idea, because of course they were played out to be sort of chimp-like, that instead they would be scheming and diabolical and focused on money instead. And so here, not only are they brain dead, but they're they didn't even have phasers. They had like some sort of sabers, Ferengi sabers, and they got me. Oh, I just can't. I have to shut up now. Boss, you received a gift from Max.
I see it. I'm on my way. Be right there, man. This reminds me of when Dr. Smith would get excited about finding something platinum or valuable. What good is all the wealth on this world with no one to trade with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was another good point.
That's an excellent point.
Another great point. Star Trek security is generally bad, but this is Rascal's level awful. Wow. I suppose this level of incompetence is required to get the Gilligan's Island ending. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Max
nailing it tonight.
Max Redstone, thank you so much, buddy. Dumb, moogie, boggling, stupid, and dumb.
Yeah.
Moogie.
Moogie.
Fanti says, C. If anyone acted nefarious, it was the telepath negotiator.
Mm-hmm.
Neelix, as a Ferengi, made sense as everyone else is too tall. Yeah, I guess you can't get someone tall. I get it.
But if you don't know anything about the race.
Yeah, it was just, anyway. Final review of this episode tonight. So saith I, the captain. Mark D with a C, the chief engineer, says DD lowered my rating because those ladies' garments were way too small, ill-fitting, and didn't look very comfortable. How could they be too small?
Come on. They were airing, they got to air themselves out. Get out of here. What did I teach you about the boob window when you're cosplaying, Mark?
I did like the idea of a sequel to the Ferengi from TNG, The Price, but the rest of the episode went quickly downhill.
I do like revisiting old stories.
Yeah, I had no problem with that aspect of it. It was a good idea to use them.
Yep.
And they did go through the wormhole, so yeah.
Yep.
A few fun moments, and one could only hope that Neelix was going to get left on the planet, but alas, our dreams were crushed. Yeah. Yep. Janeway should have instantly gone through the wormhole, but no. Let's capture the Ferengi first and have one guard escort them to their cell.
Right.
Well.
Well,
Let's just leave. Let's just leave this one in the dust here.
done and dusted. And I'd like to thank each and every single person in the chat who sent Clobby a gift, and of course Shooter for building Clobby's channel by inviting 10 people to take
Thank
those
you,
free
yes.
memberships.
Thank you,
Wow,
thanks, Shooter. Thank
what
you,
a
Shooter.
wonderful gift. Thanks, Shoot.
Appreciate you, sir. So, are we ready for our next episode?
Redry!
Let's get a move on. Let's step it up, folks.
Okay, boss.
The next episode is full title is Remember. Yeah, like you're gonna remember this.
Remember is season 3.
Remember.
Episode 6, we go back to conventional prod code 148 if you're following along in the celebration or the companion. This first broadcast on October 9th, 1996. I'm going to be reading extemporaneously from Wikipedia. That's to keep everything copyright compliant. It's going to suck, and it's okay. We'll get through it together. Let's hold hands. Kumbaya, my lord. The Ferengi starship Voyager is transporting members of a telepathic race, the Anarans, to their homeworld. Chief Engineer Belana Torres, or Belana Torres, begins experiencing intense dreams in which she is a young Anaran woman named Corena, having a forbidden love affair with an Anaran youth, Delphan, I think his name is. The dreams seem real, like more like memories, and they become increasingly disturbing and dangerous, forcing Torres to seek answers from the Anaran passengers. She learns that her dreams are actual memories being projected to her by one of the visiting Anarans, Jorah Mirel, formerly named Corena, now an old woman. The memories are of a lover of Corena in her youth who was a member of the Regressives, a group that preferred not to use technology but instead lived a simple life. The Regressives were deported and executed in a program of genocide. The Anarans, however, covered up the genocide by teaching succeeding generations that the Regressives brought about their own demise. On Voyager, Torres visits Corena's quarters and finds her dying from what she claims is a murder to continue the conspiracy. Whoever wrote that, I'm sending you shin kicks. Before dying, she projects the ending of the story to Torres. How she turned her lover over to the authorities and watched his execution. Whomever you are, you cannot use a semicolon and then an M dash. You cannot use those things together, and your sentence construction makes you worthy of going through the Klingon rite of ascension.
Appion, welcome. Appion.
Hey, Appion! Torres confronts the Anarans, but they deny wrongdoing. Though the Prime Directive forbids Janeway from interfering, she casually remarks that the last of the Anaran engineers are packing up their equipment. Torres rushes to engineering, where she confronts Jessin, an Anaran woman with whom she had become friends, and bemoans the fact that she is unable to project the memories and thus prove their validity. Jessin tells Torres that she is able to connect their minds and proceeds to do so with Torres. And the episode closes with the first dream of all, but now Jessin is the main character. And now I'll throw it over to the captain. Captain, my captain, mon capitaine, please tell me, what did you think of Remember?
What? Did somebody say that? Oh, I think this is the greatest episode ever. I got so much sleep. I mean, it made me. No. Okay, but it made me want to sleep. It taught me the value of sleep. Actually, I can't remember. How about that?
Oh no! Don't fall down that rabbit hole again.
No, I won't. But I don't think much of it because it's just this is the kind of episode that did. There are a lot of. I don't know how to quite say it, but there are episodes all throughout TNG, not so much on DS9, but and now on Voyager, that they feel like one. It's one of those. It has a feel of some of those really dreary ass episodes that one of the women is having visions of something, living this other life. And put it to you like this: everybody wants to be the inner light.
That's what I put in my notes. I can't believe you just said that. That's exactly what I
Everyone
put.
wants. They will think this is going to be the next inner light, baby, because it's
Yeah.
whether you like the episode or episode 9. That's a very popular, very critically acclaimed episode.
Mhm.
That's what they think they've got here.
Yep.
I think they've got a crashing bore. And again, basically, one thing, but again, granted, this is a bias on my part. When preaching about how crappy, how horrible you are if you like technology, if you approve of technology, and the people who want to go out and live in the in the wilderness by themselves with no technology, which if people want to do that, fine. But somehow, if that this race, that this so-called these enlightened people would butcher, would basically execute these people. I mean, I guess it could happen. I don't know, but I don't know. It just seems a little preachy to me. I don't really get into it that much. I don't like that whole message, but that's just me. But I just think I found it a bit pretentious and boring, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I found it a little overwrought. Boss man, the tetrarch of apathy.
Hey,
apathetic. Is here this evening.
Tetrarch, what is up, my friend? Good to see you.
Yeah, I found it overwrought. And I also found that it shifted gears too many times in presenting the idea, because of course this is a commentary on the Holocaust. And so, yeah, it's a highly political, but it attempts to be 2 episodes, the Lumerian encounter and certainly the inner light. So I'll go directly to my notes.
Please.
We are finally getting strange new worlds in Voyager in this episode. But unfortunately, it borrows very heavily and is very reminiscent of the Dorian Gray episode of TNG, Man of the People. So we have this idea again of Man of the People, the Lemurian encounter where you're living these memories and all these things are happening to you, except for that was like basically like stealing life. But it's the same thing, and we even borrowed the idea of the birdhead people. Like the birdhead people, only now it's like crunchy chainmail, green chainmail. I don't know, just weird. So This is the Lumerian counter meets the inner light meets the bird people. So not very fresh, and not fresh and tasty. This is still got a sci-fi story to it, which is good for a change.
Yeah.
And it's surprising because Voyager relies very heavily on soap opera instead, and drama and comedy and all these things instead of sci-fi. So that's kind of nice, but it falls flat because it recycles too much. The NAZI story about how the ghettos were first established when they shipped the Jewish people by train, but then murdered them. So this is very clear now. It's very clear that this is what they're talking about. So the final scenes of the confrontation are weird. We should have had an ending with consequences instead of a Holocaust denial storyline. So I think it's weird that we shift, because if this were a TOS episode, we would have stuck with this original idea of this happened. But instead, it becomes actually like a political statement on those who deny the Holocaust, right? And the story, I wrote that in my notes. The story starts with a Holocaust narrative, and we should rest on that. We should talk about that and how horrible that is. And Janeway, Bangway, head desk, should be giving a speech about the Federation values, Starfleet values, and say, I'm sorry, but you can't be a part of. We have to break off negotiations if you continue to do this. We want some type of formal reconciliation. And that's very Star Trek. But instead, in the very last minutes of the episode, we turn to the whole idea of Holocaust denial. And that's an episode unto itself. So I thought that was weird and awkward, and unsatisfying as far as Star Trek goes, because it's very un-Star Trek to just shift to what you're supposed to be focusing on. So, because, and here's my evidence here. What if the Anarans met humans? See, if the Anarans met humans, they would find out that we were guilty of the very same thing. Okay? So it's weird to shift to Holocaust denial. Leave us with this idea that Bangway, head desk way, gives you a speech like Kirkwood. And so this doesn't pass the Kirk test. I think now more than ever, we need reminders of what happened during the Holocaust and peoples who experienced genocide. And so this could have been a wonderful, timeless episode if it would have passed the Kirk test. But it doesn't. Instead, it goes off. It drives off the road, down a dirt road, into the dump, lights itself on fire, poops on itself. You know, Clobby.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I like what Professor R2 said. Very, very good. It's a badly formed Holocaust allegory combined with a mind assault episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of subtlety there.
Yeah, and imagine how wonderful and timeless this would have been. A standing monument to America. And, you know, I'm Canadian, so I love American culture, and I love the things that Americans make. Imagine if we would have had this beautiful new play on the idea of the Holocaust, to introduce it, not do it in a ham-fisted way, but do it in a dangerous way that's frightening. And then have Janeway come in and assert those values. Would have been very TOS, but it doesn't pass the Kirk test. And we try to do the Lumerian encounter with the inner light. Then we shift the focus from this horrible thing that's happened and how Janeway can reflect the Federation's values. We switch it into a narrative of how can we solve Holocaust denial, and that Bangway, bang your head way, head desk way, won't do that. It will be Belana doing that informally. So it's very chicken shit. I'm sorry, I don't like to normally use profanity on air, but I think it's really important that if you're going to take on a serious issue like that you don't act cowardly and sort of move the goalpost. Keep the goalpost well defined. Take the viewer or the reader on a ride and give them something satisfying. We needed Kirk here. Where is Kirk?
He is in the 23rd century.
Yeah.
Although he did once say the 24th century is not so tough.
Yeah.
So, well, what is your rating for Remember?
Remember, I gave a C- because I think that whole beginning part is actually pretty good, and it starts to build towards this beautiful TOS story. And you're waiting for the Kirk speech. Instead, it's like somebody just chopped off the whole story and said, hey, let's talk about Holocaust denial and what a chicken shit Janeway is, because she doesn't stand up for the Federation's values. She doesn't stand up for this particular genocide, this Holocaust, and sends B'Elanna to do it for her in one conversation. It's really bad. I gave it a C-. I probably should have given it a D, but I'm going to give it a C- because the beginning, the initial messaging was such a positive and beautiful thing. And then
there you go. I'm giving it a D. So, all right, my friend.
No, that's it. Just wait. Come on. Taking the eraser. It is a D. It's a D.
You didn't have to do that for me.
Yep. No, it's a D. It's a D.
Well, we'll see what our friends say. Now I'm giving the word, even though somebody jumped the gun, Bubba Doom. That's okay. I'm teasing with you, Bubba Doom, but always it helps us if you wait for me to give the word, because we don't want to miss anybody. That's all. But anyway, so West Kegel review. While number one is star your comments, we have another great limerick from the extraordinary Max Ridgestone. Here we go. Remember, Jim. Help me. You left me on Genesis. Why did you do that? Oh, sorry. I was referencing something good, not this. Remember, Voyager encounters new telepath friends. They can beam you knowledge. They know how to cleanse. But using dreams to hide stories of past genocide. Keeping the dream alive may be their only amends. Nice, Max. Well done, sir. Well done indeed, sir. All righty then. Let's see what we got up in here. Oh, hey, Bubba Doom, don't be sorry, dude. It's no big deal, man. It's not a problem. Just saying. The only reason we do that is so we don't miss anybody. But you're fine, bro. We appreciate you. No being sorry around here. If anyone's gonna be sorry around here, it's me. All right. Bubba Doom says 1 of 4. F. Whoa. He does not like this one. I pride myself on recognizing character actors even in heavy makeup. I recognize that matriarchal alien woman, huh? What Trek has she been in before? Wait a second. She played another matriarchal character from another psychic race in TNG. No, really? Wow.
Get out of town.
Wait, it was...
She was in Violations?
Oh, wow. Dang.
Get out of town, really?
Where Troy was having memories forced on her by one of the alien delegation. Wow. No kid. Oh, my goodness. 3 or 4. It struck me as someone going through TNG episodes and rewriting them. Man, yeah. They figured it was a weak script, so they tacked the Holocaust on the end of and to try it and give it weight. Good pernt. Wow. On your next one here. I know you got another one.
I've got my microphone on and I just cleared my throat. I'm sorry, everyone.
That's all right.
Oh, there you are. Again.
No, you're good. Sorry I jumped the gun. No, don't worry about that. Bubba Doom, come on now. You're a good friend of the show. I was just, I only put the caveat out because I know you know, it ain't no big deal. I only put the caveat out when someone does that so most people will know, just so people will know, because sometimes we get a lot of these reviews, sometimes not as many. So don't ever worry about that, my friend. I wouldn't even mention it just because I only mention it because some people don't know it. So it's not a biggie. This one had me steaming. Whoa. Well, hey, I hear you. I felt it was lazy and disrespectful. Did Braga write this? Get the Claboni.
Right now, darling. Hold on.
I don't know if he wrote it, but I tell you what.
Oh, God, it is Braga.
You want the Claboni, buddy? You got it.
Neelix, and I strongly crap. Hey, did I tell you that I hate Neelix and I strongly dislike Cass? Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass. Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass. Ew.
Now, of course, if you'd like a different Claboni, let me know, Bubba. We have a couple. Where are you? Oh, there we go. And thank you so much for thanks for that. Thank you for that, Bubba Doom. No, I almost lost my place. Wes Cagle says A+++. I love this episode and I love this show. It's the greatest show ever made. Oh no, he didn't. He said grade Z. You guys know the drill. Well, grade Z. Oh, Z minus. So grade Z minus for Wes Cagle. Nice. My man, I can't. Maybe there'll be episodes that he won't be so harsh to. Let's see. Fandy says, D. What these writers failed to remember was, I believe Clobby has the clip. What was that thing that Worf said about Klingons being telepathically probed? There you go. I don't have that one up here anymore.
Here's my issue, Fanty. If these are telepathic people, how are they able to monitor their own thoughts so that no one knows about this Holocaust that they did? That's one of the first questions I have, right? So it should have been like some type of internalized shame. And then they would be admonished by Janeway, and Janeway would talk about how Earth had those same struggles and how we overcame it together and how, we became Gene Roddenberry's utopia. But we don't get any of that. And so it just leaves you scratching your head, wondering what the hell am I watching?
Yep. See here. Where are we at? Oh, went in the wrong spot. Okay, next up, J.J. Kirky, says he, D minus. Ladies, does this romance story do anything for you? It never does anything for me. Bay Lana was not the right character for this. Neither
No.
is Kess or Bangway. Where's a great woman on this show? Question marky,
Yeah.
question marky. I stand under your understanding there, sir. Anti-derivative Jill. Jill says D. Neelix actually did something both thoughtful and useful in decorating the mess hall for the Anarans. That good start developed into a horribly constructed and uninteresting narrative.
Mm-hmm.
What saves this episode from failing is that Janeway does cut off trade negotiations and shore leave while encouraging Torres to expose the truth. However, she does nothing at all to help. Weak
Sauce. Like
Weak
coward. Chicken shit coward. They needed a Kirk speech.
True. While still too soap operatic, it still isn't as bad as the TNG episode this reminds me of. Violations. Definitely an old lady forcing the horrors of her past in better than a mind is, I think it's better, probably no better than mind molestation.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than mind molestation. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely, Julius. However, we have a counter view by Lisa, or another lady here. Hey, Lisa, thank you. Gives it an A. Says telepathy to tell a story referencing WW2 was cool and chilling. I think getting B'Elanna aroused made her pay attention. Girl needs a vacation.
Well, she needs something, but I don't think it's a vacation unless she's going to Ryza.
Best scene, A+, when father was hissing in daughter's ear about manipulation and the palpable devaluation of her feelings for the boy. Got to find your next one. Okay, there we go. B'Elanna's anguish to have others believe what she knew or had experienced and feeling helpless to inspire others to investigate as well. It was well done. Never forget, remember. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa.
I totally respect that. But I still have a problem with B'Elanna bursting into a room that is just filled with people that are, conversing. It's almost like a 10 forward situation. And she doesn't even report these things first to head desk. She just bursts in the room and goes, B'Elanna, shouting and yeah.
Eric K says D. B'Elanna is an officer in charge of engineering working on adapting the Warp 10 tech to get back to work and sleeping late under influence from something unknown, and they give her an option.
It's true. She should have been sent to sick bay immediately.
Right, true. She is being influenced by a species you just met. She has lost all control. Ugh, I had more, but tired of this one. Tired trope of genocide, and Daddy does not like my BF.
Yeah,
I hear you.
True.
The great enigmatic drop bear. Whoa, F.
Yeah, ED's not impressed.
This started out interesting. A meaningful alliance with an alien species. 2 minutes later, Torres is having a wet dream and running late for work. Welcome to the world of Braga and Minoski. Oh, they were the culprits on this one, were they?
Jeez.
So we've confirmed those are the two culprits here.
For remember, I'm pretty sure. Just let me check.
No big. I mean, no. ED probably looked.
Oh God, yeah. It's Braga and Minoski.
ED cited it, so he's a citation man himself, so he knew. He checked.
Well, yeah, I do love that about him.
Insane Way again demonstrates her absolute failure as a diplomat. Somehow, she managed through missteps and Torres' histrionics to turn this burgeoning alliance into a disaffiliation. Wow.
Jill, I believe she needs more than Risa. I believe she needs some Jamaharan effective. She needs Jamaharan post haste stat.
The basic premise is archetypal Trek, but the execution was terrible. The delivery was clumsy and condescending. It suffers from a combo of Trek's monoculture syndrome and a myopic perspective. Who are Voyager to lecture and prevail atonement on these people for apparent acts of their past? It's unsophisticated, imposing judgment with scant investigation of the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Well done as always, sir. Well said as always. Raymond Feliciano says, D, the show is better forgotten if they can screw up an important message like this. Then why even do it? Poor writing. Thank you, Raymond.
Extremely well said, Raymond. Extremely well said, Raymond.
Max Redstone says D+. Who the hell gave Neelix the authority to redecorate? Hey, we should find out if Neelix does something more annoying than cooking, said no one.
Yeah, he does everything annoying.
The holocaust allegory has far too little depth to be substantive. Connecting the dots with horrific gaps is between the points. The Inarans face no consequences. As a Jewish Star Trek fan, I'll go so far to say it would be more daring to show the regressives as having a legitimate threat to the existence of the Inarans, but they didn't. The points are connected with flimsy paper. Wow,
it's so true. It's
very
so
nicely
true.
said, Max, as always, buddy.
Yep. And they missed the point. The reason why that type of thing was successful on TOS is because they said we did the same thing on our planet, and we learned from it. We grew. We atoned for what we did, and we got past it as a species. And so, but once again, that's a Kirk conversation. They tried a TOS thing, and
big time. Das Wolfen says, D, heavy-handed and the very definition of a filler episode. Indeed, sir. Professor R2 says, D, dull, forced, and unoriginal. Thank you both for those. Simply Steve says, F rating while alt title reslumber. More genocide hallucinated trope. B'Elanna dreams, wrong way, continues to deny crew a safe passage back to the Alpha, causing them to remain in the gulag that is a Voyager.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gwagnar, buddy, says, grade D, D-, sorry. Hasn't Star Trek done the implanted memories episode a few times already?
Yeah.
Yes. Flashback violations and hard times immediately come to mind. Enough with the dangerous memories and tediousness. Well said. They don't have enough power to use the replicators for food, but can somehow redecorate the mess hall. I'm sure the crew appreciates having to eat Neelix's cooking for this. Yeah. Yep. Hang on, we've got to find your next one. That's 2 of 3. That's 2 of 2. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. Shooter says D, telepathic aliens always problematic. You think Starfleet would have developed some sort of dampening tech and protocol for dealing with these encounters? Good part. That's a good part. This is one of those rare cases where I didn't remember any of the episode going in. Same here. I just found it boring and slow. I don't know what the point of this episode was. It was to pass the time, a warning or accusation that if our governments could, they would do this. Yeah, pretty much, actually. That's probably what it was. A WW2 type thing, bad thing. Either way, it's a nope for me. Gotcha.
It's a nope for shoot.
Yeah. Hey,
boss,
look who's here.
Please welcome RRT and Zed, and he's also sent a gift.
What's up, RR? Thank you for that. Good to see you. Greetings. Says, Hail Clobby and team. Just got here. Compare this episode of Void to TOS, the high ground. I think you mean TNG, the high ground. Now that's how to handle the same issues from both sides. Yeah, the high ground was a really good TNG episode. I thoroughly agree. That was I really liked that one. I think we rated that one pretty high. Princess Fionia says, this story was written for TNG but ultimately rejected.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They dusted it off for this show. Probably because they'd already done a lot of things like
so many times, in so many ways. Like,
I can see that. It's worse because they got our hopes up because it started off well, only to tank at end.
Yes. Love these comments.
The Adorans have significant super duper energy conversion technology, which they share with Voyager in exchange for a ride home. Yet we never see it brought up or mentioned again. That's BS. That's this show's MO. They always do that kind of crap. They never have any continuity. Also, why are their ships significantly slower if they have better energy conversion technology? This is what happens when you shoehorn a story into a setting that it didn't originally belong. Good point. B'Elanna has no way of verifying the accuracy of the telepathic communication that she receives. Her mind was violated, and this is not addressed. This repurposing of old ideas is getting tiresome. Thank you, Fiona.
That's an excellent review, Fiona. Thank you so much. I totally agree, too.
Absolutely.
You're waiting, it's big TOS build up, and then...
The chief engineer with our final review of this episode says, MD. I don't even know what he's talking about, but okay. What is the MD? What's wrong with you? If I could only remember, man.
Mark.
It's an episode that tries too hard, like one of those 80s TV shows, and now for a very special episode. Yes. It's just a miss, although the morality tale of the episode is well meaning. Yes, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. You don't have enough of an attachment to what is happening to the regressives.
Yeah.
Their story is not well told. Compound that with poor resolution to the story equals fail. Indeedishness. Yeah. And who's Kathleen Kennedy's here? Hello, Kathleen Kennedy. You're not going to cancel this, are you? All right. What's up, KK? All righty.
Mark says that the MD is because he is copying and pasting from his spreadsheet.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Oh, crappy. Okay, well, we're ready for their next one? Get rid of this thing?
We are.
Can we forget this one now?
Yes, forever and ever and ever until next year when I watch it again.
Don't you dare. We got to stop it. Cut it out. I'm watching that stuff. All right, next episode is Sacred Ground.
It is Sacred Ground. This is season 3, episode 143. No, it's not episode 143. I don't know why I wrote that down. It's episode 7, Prod Code. 143. See, I'd finished the glass of wine at this point, so let's go episode 7. Then go 143. Okay, with that corrected, this first aired on October 30th, 1996. See, here we are, folks, and it is October 28th. So I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia. This is user-generated content. It usually sucks, and I haven't pre-read it. I'm extemporaneously reading it, cold reading it. So let's just get through it together, shall we? The crew takes a shore leave on a friendly planet inhabited by people called the Nichani. A group become interested in the Nichani's religious sites and take a tour. I want to hurt. Burn it. Kes is... I don't advocate for any type of violence. Kes is put into a coma when, out of curiosity, now I'm tongue-tied, she touches a natural biogenic field. The doctor cannot help, in part because the monks will not allow readings to be taken around the field. Neelix investigates and returns with a story of a king and his son. The son was seemingly injured as Kes was, and the king went through an initiation in order to awaken him. Janeway petitions the monks to allow her to perform this same ritual. The doctor places a probe in her bloodstream, determined to find out the science behind the rituals. Janeway expects the course to consist of tests of physical endurance, mental discipline, and perhaps psychoactive drugs, which would change her body chemistry, allowing her to pass through the field. Janeway goes through the first series of tests. Her guide warns her that they are meaningless. The point is for Janeway to get in touch with the spirits. She ends up being... Pardon?
The prophets? Just kidding.
That's what I put in my notes. It's the prophets. This was left over from DS9. I know it was.
Another DS9 episode tonight.
Yeah, for sure it is. She ends up being bitten by a creature which is supposed to allow her to contact the spirit world. What? A paw wraith?
Yes.
Her guide seems to say that the spirits find Janeway's inquiries about Kes's plight inconsequential because she already knows how to fix Kes. This is also... This is an intellectual failure, a colossal intellectual failure if you have more than a double-digit IQ. The doctor thinks the venom from the creature might be the cure needed for Kes. It is not. Janeway convinces her command crew to let her go to the ritual site again, convinced that if she takes Kes through the field, it will work. Her guide allows it, indicating that Janeway's desire to go through is all that is needed. Oh my head desk, head desk, head desk. Kes is healed of her affliction. It's not an affliction. The doctor comes up with a scientific explanation for how Kes was healed. No one buys it, hates the episode anyway. Janeway seemingly expresses doubt that it was science. Oh, I can't. I just...
You got there you go.
Just talk about it. Just take it away, boss. Take it away.
There you go. Tetrarch should be called VS9. I like that. Oh, good Jesus H. Christ. Oh, the prophets. This is more boring than the last episode, I think. This is truly full of gobbledygook, double speak. All this cryptic, mystic drivel. I can't stand it in Star Trek. I hated it every inch of the Bajor and prophets, Parade's crap on DS9, and I hate it here.
Hey, Clubby, can I grab you by your ear and tell you that your paw is strong?
Yes, please. That's all I want is for my paw to be strong. Whatever the hell that is. Oh, God, it was... it's just... Every scene, and they're good actors. Like the scene in the when those old people in that are just sitting in that room and stuff. It was gobbledygook, but those are good actors. I kind of chuckled a little bit at those people because I've seen them in a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I don't care. It's just like this. Is just it became to a point in this episode where I think maybe my ears stopped working. Like everything they would say just came like, I mean, nothing. And I don't think I could understand English after a while when I'm watching this episode. My universal translator or my Babelfish had died or killed, had offed itself or something because it thought the episode was so lame that I was like, they're saying words and noises are coming out of their faces and things are being said and Janeway's doing stuff and that woman with the silly smile on her face who thinks she's such a profound character is really being so cryptic and mysterious, and I don't give a crap. Sorry, notes?
Yeah, I know Professor R2 was directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. It's just so bad.
Really?
Anyway, here, it's the suck here is there's some serious Hoover suckage going on here. It's extreme. There is some great power behind the suckage. Kes and Neelix's love at the beginning of the episode. This is actually so creepy and gross that it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Just airlock airlock the pair of them, especially after Neelix says sweeting. Just, this fat old man who's not even funny. He's totally annoying as a character. And this toddler that he's in love with. And it's just, no one believes this. No one believes this.
Yeah.
In real life, that guy would have crawled 50 miles in the desert to drink a teaspoon of her bathwater, and she would still say no. It's just so grody. It's grody to the max, man. Gives me the heebie-jeebies, makes my skin crawl.
Oh, sweeting. Oh, sweeting.
The spirits strike Kes down. Why not Neelix? Everyone wants Neelix to die. Kes effed around and found out. So she wandered off like stupid Neelix did. And, like when Neelix wanders off and, loses his lungs for an hour and they're like, we can save you. And it's like, no, dude, you didn't have lungs for an hour. Anyway, Kes effed around and found out. Janeway, Bangway, head desk way becomes Cisco. This is definitely leftover DS9 story ideas. A full episode of Cisco and the Prophets. Kes has no doubts when she is approached. Kes had no doubts when she approached the sanctuary, the altar. So the solution or the rationale makes absolutely no sense. If faith is the only answer, which the episode concludes with, then the story makes absolutely no sense. What is actually transpiring is this very specious conversation or lesson or takeaway that faith versus science. And faith versus science is not my thing. It's just not. I don't enjoy that. I'm an agnostic. And it's very important to let people know that I'm an agnostic because I'm not someone who makes fun of religion. I don't enjoy it, but I'm not an atheist either. I'm an agnostic. And I believe the same thing Socrates believed. And that is that I cannot profess to know that which is unknowable. So why would I ever make fun of religious people? And why would I ever pit science against religion? I would never do that as an agnostic. So I don't like the subject matter. I don't like how it's like smarmy. It's like unctuous and it's trying to do that. And it's just really crappy acting. And I hate Super Kes and I hate Neelix and I hate this episode.
Wait, did you say you hate Super Kes?
Super Kes.
And who else do you hate? You hate
Draw
Neelix?
that man in a chicken suit.
It's the Chicken Man!
You hate the Chicken Man too? Well, who doesn't? Well, some people don't, but I just don't understand them. Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's just what I really can't stand is a bunch of cryptic, mystical gobbledygook that means nothing. And you're right. It's trying to do the old science, faith versus science crap, or religion versus science stuff, and that just bores the hell out of me. I mean, I'm an agnostic as well, and I just, but I don't have problem with people. I don't have a problem that's pro science. In a Trek story should be pro science.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to dump on. I don't know. They didn't dump on religion on this one. Actually, it was,
and that's good.
The religious characters were,
because sometimes they do that, and then I get
they
really
do sometimes,
mad.
Yeah. What is your? Let's make a quick work of this one. What is your rating of?
This is a solid F, boss. This is a solid F, and if I could give less than an F, I would, because I actually give less than an F about this episode.
Nice. I give it an F minus. Dumb, boring, drivel ass. All right, my friends, come forward with your any thoughts, ratings, reviews. And I may point out for anyone who's new here or listening, look, we give you our honest opinions here. Wolfie's here. Oh my God, there's Wolfie. But you can completely disagree with it, and we're going to not only be respectful, we like seeing other views, and we read them, and we'll read them for you. So doesn't matter whether we agree or not, as long as you can handle the disagreement, because some people can, some people can't. Some people don't like opposing views or different views, but around here we like them. So, and anyway, I have limericks from the great Max Redstone for Sacred Ground. Here we go. While number one is collecting your reviews. Little Kess, what are we to say? You walked into forbidden energy when you went astray. Maybe you're dismaying, yet all I'm saying is this is the perfect opportunity for someone to pass away. Wow. Yeah.
Max.
Nice,
Max, yeah, I love you, buddy. Max. Max, that was Cherry, my buddy. I love you, man. I love you, man.
You're a bad man, Max Redstone. Oh, so here we go. Gwagnar says grade D minus. I like the parts where Janeway was talking with the three people who were waiting. Yeah, even though they weren't saying anything. It was gobbledygook as well. All I could think of was Raquel, Mark, and Clobby playing those roles, and it made the episode better. Oh, Gwag, you're too kind.
We love you, Gwag.
I want to be the old man on the end there, the one I've seen in every show ever made.
Well, who's going to be the woman? It's got to be Mark.
Uh-oh. That ain't very nice. That's not very nice.
It's not that. It's that she has a really super annoying voice.
To cast roles on it? Well, wait a minute. And
what?
you say Mark has an annoying voice?
No, it's that I just don't want to play the annoying one.
I'm sorry, you have to be the annoying one and you're the woman.
I want to be the grumpy old man.
Well, we'll see. I'll look into it.
I think we should let Gwag decide.
No, I'm the captain. Not sure why Chipotle was skeptical of Janeway's experience at the end. Yeah. I mean, that was that crap where he said, yeah, I'll just let my captain go walk into that thingy. He should have been the one that accepted it, as he is always telling stories about these type of experiences. And that's a valid point there, sir.
Mark, you are a liar, pants on fire, hanging from a telephone wire.
What do you do now?
You have never been grumpy in your life. Don't even. Don't even.
This episode is entirely the fault of Super Cass, and Neelix is a terrible character.
Horrible.
Wait, did you say
Cass? Super Cass.
Max Redstone says F this episode. F minus. That's what I am. These spirits suck at being fatal. Ancient sacred relics. Huh? Yeah. More like ancient sacred relish. This could have been the last episode for both Jennifer Lean and Ethan Phillips. 10,000 raspberry.
Right?
Hey, old yeah, buddy. I am right there on the same page with you, sir. Thank you, Max. Anti-derivative Jilly says F. Not even going into the nonsense of even having both Cass and Neelix on an away mission. The idiocy of strolling right into a radioactive area and curing it by strolling back into it reeks.
Right?
Quote, all of this is meaningless until the final act when it's time to fix things. Yeah. Every time if that woman had said everything's meaningless a 15 millionth time, I was gonna jump through the screen anyway. At least it has George Costanza's mom. And, oh yeah, wow. And made me consider whether I want to try a sensory deprivation tank.
You should never try a sensory deprivation tank, because I have read the studies on them, and I have read a great deal about them, and they're quite scary. You can actually hear so many of your internal systems. Even when you're moving your joints, you can actually hear it. And that's why it's terrifying for human beings. Just to have that type of quiet. You hear everything. I don't want to hear my bones grinding together, or like with the backdrop of my heart pumping and feeling and listening and hearing everything going on inside of your body. No, Jilly. No, Jilly, don't do it. Don't do it, Jilly.
Raymond Feliciano says, F, please bring on 7 of 9. B, we're getting there, buddy. We're getting there. I know. We all want her. We all want her to be, and we want her and we want her to be there. Yeah, so. JT Kirk said F. This is Spock's brain territory for me.
Brain and brain. What is brain?
I have nothing new or thoughtful to add. Next. Hey, I got you. Bubba Doom 1 says, D, oi, I'd be more critical, but I was doing chores while this was on. This made me roll my eyes so hard I went back in time. Bless their pea-picking hearts. To every time they try to write theology seriously, it's so vapid. Boy,
Right?
was it ever.
Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
leave it alone.
Oh, yeah. Wolfie. D. What the hell did I just watch? Next. Another one says next. They're tired of this crap. Eric K says F. Hey, a sanctuary I should go in. How about respecting the plant you are on? The planet you're on, maybe? ASK for ask first.
Yeah.
Then they ask you to leave and you threaten them and refuse.
Yeah.
They had every right at that point. Oh, yeah. I was kind of checked out at that point. I'm trying to find the next Eric one here. Eric. Part 2. I don't have a part 2 yet.
What?
Did you do a part 2, Eric?
Let me see. I don't see his 2 out of 2 yet. Hold on, boss. He does talk about the fact that he has been in one of those in a sensory deprivation tank a few times. Ooh, that's scary.
His part 1 was at 1056.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have one after that, boss, unless it got vaporized.
Eric, if you got a second one, I don't know what could have happened to it. Would they vaporize one from a wrench? I guess they could.
I don't know. Eric, I would never go in one of those. And the one that is like I think tantamount to absolute silence, I believe it causes madness. If you stay in there for too long, it'll make you nuts. Yeah, he says, yes, I did do part 2. Boss,
I don't see it. It's not there.
Not there.
It's not in here anyway.
It's not here. Isn't that weird?
Okay, he's gonna do it again, I guess.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Okay, yeah, just do it again, buddy. Sorry.
Eric's a super wrench.
He's
famous. Yeah. He works for the big guys. How could they be blocking him?
Yeah, it's not there though. It just disappeared. I'm looking at it outside. Okay. 1 or 2. Let's see. No, wasn't there.
Yeah, JT Kirk, that's what I'm talking about. Their sensory deprivation or their quiet rooms or whatever. I know that each one of them has their own like their own mechanisms for causing absolute quiet. And I'm just fascinated by the fact that they make people go mad. And most people can't last 2 minutes. But the grossest thing I ever read, I read it in a science journal, is people who were moving their joints, like shifting around because they felt uncomfortable, they could hear their bones grinding together, and it's quite terrifying. So, I could never do it. There's no way I would ever do it. Very, very scary. Nope.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and unless we got that, unless Eric, whatever you feel like doing, it's cool, man. But if not, I'll read it when it comes up. Okay. Well, let's see.
Oh yes, Professor R2. Yeah,
But
just super scary. Hey, you don't want to do that. That's just weird and nope, too scary.
Larry says fiddle dee, fiddle dumb. Thank you.
Eric just sent me his number 2 to Twitter. Seize them and throw them in prison. You just defiled the sanctuary. Bangway learned nothing. And it was this whole thing and it was terribly done. It's true.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Says, oh, yeah, thank you for the super chat, buddy. You didn't have to do that. I DM'd part 2 to Raquel and Globby. Thank you, buddy.
Love you,
Appreciate
honey.
that.
Thank you.
I don't check my DMs as much as she does. Okay, let's see. Enigmatic Drop Bear says, F. Yet another example of how to fail at diplomacy. Looking through the earlier episodes, it would appear Lisa Klink's unintentional forte is stories about awful diplomacy and alliance destruction. She was either unfamiliar with TOS, TNG, and DS9, where diplomacy was generally of a high standard, or she lacked the competence to write diplomacy. Love not Chipotle's retconning straw man about science being used to explain his people's spiritual beliefs, seemingly warning in same way away from an epiphany. Yeah, there's some things that lack a rational reason. Ignore science, just believe. This is why I watch Star Trek. Good grief. Thank you so much, ED. Well, brilliantly said, as always, buddy.
Yes, ED, wonderful comment. Eric, I have no idea. For as long as I've been podcasting, I've known you to be a super wrench who works for the big guys, the big famous people. And I've never seen something that you've written not appear before. It's very, very weird.
I looked at both chats and couldn't find it. I mean, unless you know.
Well, I get Eric directly to my phone, and so he popped up right away because, of course, he sends me dog pictures because I like to think of Kirby as my third dog.
Ooh.
So that's how I knew, and I got it right away because I talk to Eric all the time. But it's just weird. I can't believe that they just deleted it on him like that.
Yep. Wow. Sorry,
right,
man.
and Eric just checked his phone and no part 2 showed up. Isn't that weird, honey?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, Eric.
Sorry about that, buddy. Anyway, Lisa says F. Science versus faith. This episode will not be solving that. Yeah. Although the attempt to explain the ego and stripping it away to reach the spirit was interesting, but a fail.
What a wonderful way to say it, Lisa.
Best scene. The doctor eye rolled and called out Neelix and his attention-seeking pity party of taking blame for Kes getting zapped. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, plus that's grody. It makes my skin crawl. It's just very grody, man.
Indeediousness. Fiona says they're trying to get home and yet stop at every single planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a holodeck. They don't need shore leave. I guess Janeway has a small bladder.
Are we there yet?
Glad I don't stop that often on my road trips.
I know.
No shite, huh? Yeah.
Right?
Glad I don't stop that often on my road trips. Put it in part 2 as well. I would never get anywhere. I'd never get anywhere. Neelix is chief investigator now.
Yeah.
They can't take sensor readings from a distance or surreptitiously.
Yeah. But they put a tracking device in her bloodstream?
They're so inconsistent. How dumb are the scientists on this crew? This is the religious side of technobabble. Oh, that spiritobabble. It was it's got on my nerves. I think I still have a headache from it. If it's faith-based, why was a faithless Kes affected to begin with?
This is what I said.
This is nonsense.
It is. They say that innocence and trusting that nothing will happen to you is how you get through. What?
Let's see. It may let's see. My head canon, maybe in my head canon, probably. Mm-hmm. They left Kes on the planet and Neelix stayed for the forever victory. I'm ending this early. F. So it's not. So let me get this straight. I don't want because it's confusing. Because you said 4 of 6, but you said you're ending this early.
Yeah, she's not.
Okay, so there's no more. Yeah. Wow, don't ever do that, man. With all the problems we have with chats being disappeared. Thank you, Fiona. Appreciate it.
Awesome that you told us. Yeah, JT Kirk, why? Why would you put a device in her bloodstream? Would that cause like a pulmonary embolism or like some type of stroke or something? You know, I'm not a physician. But it would seem to me that putting something in her bloodstream doesn't make any sense. I mean, microchip her like a cat, you know what I mean? Like, or your dog, but you putting something in her bloodstream? I don't know. Very weird. Why? JT Kirk, I know you somehow work in the medical field, and I don't want to call you out and ask you for an explanation. Sandra
Hey,
Feliciano is here as well, and she has a master's in nursing. So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I was going to ask you, Shooter, I can't find Shooter's number one.
Oh, okay, I'll go find it. But yeah, it's just weird. And boss man Eric,
Yeah.
Eric sent you a gift.
Thank you, Eric, for the gift. I appreciate it. Rest in, R.I.P. Matthew Perry. Thank you for that.
Who am I looking for? I'm looking for whom?
Shooter's number one.
Shooter's number one. I'll find you, Shoot.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, man. Yes, it's a damn shame. Well, Shooter, we'll get to you as soon as we can find your number one. I don't. It also must have disappeared. I didn't see it.
Let me see. I can't see it either, but let me take one more look through here.
Yeah, I looked, and
yep. Well, we got some crap going on.
His number two is at 12:57.
I know. I see that.
Shooter
I've got it
4.
actually. It's 55 on my
55,
side of it.
55. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I meant 55. There's no number one, is there?
No, there isn't. I think he got zapped.
So, Shooter, if you could at least try to remember what you were going to say for the beginning of yours. Oh, there it is. He put it in there later.
Where?
He just now put it in.
Oh, okay.
What happened? Did something happen, Shooter?
I don't know.
Maybe he put it back in. Well, it worked this time.
Weird.
So as soon as you start, I'll do it.
I can't see it.
Oh, I saw it on the outside. I saw it in the outside of the YouTube chat.
I can't see it on this side of StreamYard.
I see it right there.
I can't see it.
You're kidding me.
Where the hell is it? Yeah.
11:10. Or for you, 10:10. All right. So anyway, I got it. So thank you, Shooter. It's C-. This one I do remember well. Is the twist inspired or basic? Was there a twist? Got me the first time watching, but I was still a young lad, so it is hard to tell. At least Cass gets put in her place and needs rescuing. Good point. She wasn't super Cass in this one, was she? The captain risks her life for one member. Yeah, captains do that, I guess. But in the same way, should have clued on when she was allowed to jump the queue. Nobody lets a stranger cut in front. Chipotle should have gone instead. That cracks me up.
Send Neelix after her. I mean, the guy has the IQ of a carrot. If innocence is what is required to get through the altar, send the chicken man. Do you know what I mean? I would have liked to see him go through some rituals, some pain, getting bit by a snake, possibly dying, likely dying. I want him to die.
But given his nature, he probably would have worked out the solution immediately. Painfully obvious on rewatching, but on first viewing, not so much. I gotcha. Thoron radiation? Isn't that just alpha particles? Still, it seems kind of insulting to faith in a way, while also insulting science. Still, I enjoyed it enough.
I gotcha. I respect that, Shoot. And Gwag, I'm sorry. You are right. I would like to apologize to every single person in the chat and those who will be watching and listening later on. I should not have insulted carrots like that. I beg your pardon, my dear friends.
I hate carrots, so I'm fine with it. Scuba Pete says D. Madonna, just like a prayer. Janeway will be there. I don't know that song, so I'm lucky off the hook.
Good one, Scoob.
Thank you, Scuba Pete. Empress NM says, the Flintstones method.
That is such a great comment because it very much was the Flintstones method. Like, do you remember when Fred turned into like the rock star? I haven't watched the Flintstones since the 1970s, but do you remember when he was a rock star because he got hit in the head and then he got hit in the head again and he became Fred again? So it was the Flintstone method. It's like the rhythm method. This is how you get it done. Anyway, loved that comment.
Let's see here. Simply Steve. Lol, no F's giving, no F's given rating. All titles smacked around. Got on this episode of DS Voyager. They encounter wannabe Paz and Jane Sisko thinking she was the emissary. Super Cass and her sidekick Chicken Man. You mean
Cass? Super Cass.
Draw that man in a chicken suit. It's the Chicken Man!
Blah indeed. The Comic Relief Crusader says F. Supposedly using science lessons, spiritual beliefs, and puts such beliefs to nothing more than disposable dialogue. Thank you. And the final review of this. We got one more. Before we get to that one. RR. Thank you. So I give it A+. It's a complex and sensitive exploration of the juxtaposition of the mortal and the divine in the context of a profound human interest story. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't. It's just rubbish.
Yeah, right?
Well said. Look, if that really was your view, we would respect it either way, but good. I mean, yeah, it was. In my opinion, I agree with that last bit. Thank you so much, RR. We appreciate.
No,
what?
Just, Max yelled bonk.
Thank you, RR. We appreciate that. The final review of this episode. The chief engineer, Mark D with a C, says F this episode. Can I forget this episode too? I hope so. A complete bore. Another very special episode fail after the last one. Not worth the keystroke to alliterate how painful this episode was to watch. Boy, was it ever. Fitting that Costanza's mom was in the cast. Serenity Now.
Serenity Now.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. So, we waited for our final episode of the Airbring?
Oh, yep. Just let me get that up.
The final episode of the evening, folks, is Futures End, Part 1 only. We got a cliffhanger. Woo! Futures Rear End, Part 1.
I mean, come on. Futures Rear End, Season 3, Episode 8. This is Part 1, and thus it is prod code 150. We all watch this.
Oh, I'm going to go take a pill while you're doing that.
Okay.
Sorry.
My wrenches are here to protect me. Captain, please go and take your medicine, and don't forget to drink it. Take it with lots of water, honey.
Thank you. Be right back.
Everyone, watch my back. And so, yeah, we all watched this for the first time on November 6th, 1996. And I'm going to be reading cold read from the Wikipedia user-generated shite. Don't worry, we'll do it together. Saddle up, lock and load. Professor R2, I will wait for the captain to get back. And thank you for that wonderful gift. That is so thoughtful of you. Thank you so much. The boss will be back in just a few moments, and I'll have him read that wonderful gift that you sent him. And so here we go, folks, from Wikipedia. A small ship with a Federation signature emerges from a temporal rift in front of the starship Voyager. Its pilot identifies himself as Captain Braxton from the 29th century in the time ship Aeon. He has come to destroy Voyager, believing it to be the cause of a temporal explosion that might wipe out most of the solar system in his time. Voyager fights off Braxton's attack, resulting in Braxton being sent back through the rift, like the Ferengi. Same thing that they just did with the Ferengi. Voyager and its crew are also pulled into the rift and find themselves on Earth in 1996. You know, like every iteration of Star Trek, even some of the movies. Braxton crashes in 1967, where Henry Starling finds Aeon and copies its technology, allowing him to found the company ChronoWorks Industries and start the microcomputer revolution. In 1996, a young astronomer named Rain Robinson, Sarah Silverman, Sarah Silverman, who works at the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, detects Voyager in high orbit and assumes it to be extraterrestrial life. Her work is funded by Starling, but against his instructions, she attempts to contact Voyager by transmitting a greeting to it, alarming the crew. The Voyager crew tracks her location to the observatory, and Captain Janeway, Commander Chakotay decide to beam down to Los Angeles. Tuvok and Paris save Robinson from a hitman Starling dispatched to kill her. Whoever wrote this, I want to give you some shin kicks, and I'm very disappointed that nobody had a Michelob with pizza. Janeway and Chakotay investigate Starling and his business. They identify a homeless man as Captain Braxton. Jadzia is not around, unfortunately. Wouldn't it have been great if Jadzia would have met with this Henry Starling guy? Yeah, we did this before. Who explains the rise of Starling to them. Ultimately, they learn that Starling's planned attempt to travel to the 29th century using Braxton's time ship will cause a temporal explosion because Starling lacks the knowledge needed to properly calibrate the time ship. Again, who wrote this? I hate you. Janeway and Chakotay secretly enter Starling's ChronoWorks office, where they find the Aeon just as Starling walks in on them. Starling ignores Janeway's warning not to use the time ship and tries to kill them, but the officers are beamed aboard Voyager.
Good night, Bubba.
Good night, Bubba.
Thank you, buddy.
When Voyager tries to beam up the time ship, Starling uses his own transporter beam to access Voyager's computers, more incompetence, and studies its systems, which shouldn't be possible, including stealing the doctor's program from sickbay, which also shouldn't be possible. And also, Tuvok, you're fired. Worse still, Voyager has been sighted and filmed since the ship had to descend low into Earth's atmosphere to beam Janeway and Chakotay aboard. I can't even believe we have to rate the epic fail that is this gigantic garbage fire. Boss, what do you think of Future's rear end?
Well, first let me say thank you to Professor R2, our new friend, and thank you for that kind super chat. I really do appreciate it. You're very generous. She says, nice hanging with some fellow base trekkers this evening. This is R2 reminding you to chip your captains and have them spayed or neutered. Thank you, Professor R2. It's great to meet you. I hope you'll come back. I hope you're still here. But whether you're here or not, I hope you will come back and visit with us. Thank you.
But we can't spay or neuter Clobby. Well, neuter Clobby. Yeah. We can't neuter Clobby, and we can't microchip.
I've already had that years ago. So.
Oh, you're already neutered?
Yes.
You guys, Clobby comes pre-neutered.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm not really housebroken, but I'm getting there. So, first of all, where's Captain Finity when you need him with the time travel business?
Oh God.
Captain Finity and beyond, I'm disappointed in you, buddy. Where are you supposed to be here for the time travel, man?
You missed the Michelob. You missed the pizza with the onions. You missed Jadzia meeting with the high-powered guy who invented technology. You missed all of that, Captain Finity.
Yeah, Khan did rule in real Trek, but these idiots pushed that back. They changed it. No, the fake Trek did, and apparently they contradicted it with DS9 and Voyager. So there you have it. Anyway, so
suffering succotash. That's all I have to say. There's so much suck going on here. It's Picassomus.
First of all, this dude from the 29th century, he didn't come back. I mean, they're supposed to be still like, even though the 29th century is supposed to be like Starfleet. He didn't come back and try to investigate. He just says, he just came back to destroy Voyager. He took it because he saw some circumstantial evidence that Voyager was responsible for some shite. So he's just going to destroy them, not talk to them, not reason with them, just blow them up. What? What is this, the temporal Cold War or something? No, I mean, I don't know. So it's just, that made no sense. And then here we go. This is like, the whole freaking episode never should have been made, because they did it on DS9 and that one shouldn't be made. Past tense. This one is not as, your favorite word, didactic or political.
It's true.
But it's a dumbass idea. Everything about it. I mean, you just want to have an excuse. What is it, this obsession with every single, the original series, they did it a couple of times, but it was relatively new, and that's one thing. TNG, I guess to their credit, they did go back to Earth, but it was like farther back. But still, they did it. The DS9 felt like they had to do it. Voyager has to do it. Even Enterprise did it. Stop, please. You don't have to go to Earth in the past in every iteration of the show, but they have.
Every iteration, and then
every one of them.
Recycling so many ideas, like being near an ocean center, and like I said, where's the Michelob and the pizza with onions? Do you trust me? And just the way Tuvok behaves, and the fact that Tom Paris uses groovy when Captain Kirk mixes up LDS. He mixes that up. Sorry, it's getting late for me, folks, so I'm a little bit tongue-tied. But yeah, there's just, and Jadzia with the tech guy, like it's
all the same shit.
Eric, I love you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric, for that. Appreciate you. But he says, not too late to skip the Enterprise. Boy, I wish. But no, we've committed, and we should be committed. Thank you so much. And RR, thank you. This gives the suspension of disbelief in enema. So go ahead with your notes, and we'll talk about it more after that, because this is so much. Actually, we do have a lot to say about this one, but
yeah,
go for it.
And you got RRTNZs?
Yes, okay. I did. He
All
said it gives this episode gives suspension of disbelief in enema.
Yeah,
Thank you, RR.
This town needs an enema.
Yeah. Hey, you watched Batman? Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
It seems every iteration of Star Trek copies the TOS storyline of returning to Earth in the past to save humanity and stealing tech from the future. And that they just keep using this idea, and it's getting annoying. I don't like the fact that Head Desk Way, Bangway, Insane Way uses stone knives and bear skins. You keep those dirty words. Her speaking those words make them dirty.
Yeah.
And she should be shin kicked. She should have to go through the Klingon rite of ascension. Someone should rover her. She should go into the agony booth. She just do not ever say stone knives and bear skins. Bangway.
Oh, I thought that was cute, didn't they?
I can't stand Sarah Silverman.
Who does like her? Ugh.
She's obnoxious and just grating on my nerves. You know what I mean? I would rather run my fingers over a cheese grater than listen to Sarah Silverman.
Oh, she's awful.
They put Weakling Harry in charge. It's just, once again, we have the core crew going down to do what every captain's done before. And then we have a completely incompetent Voyager crew who behaves in an annoyingly unrealistic fashion. So it's just bad. I mean, it's totally unoriginal. It's supposed to be fun, but it doesn't even manage to be fun, because you're thinking, oh, LDS for groovy. Oh, so this is happening with Ed Begley Jr. I wonder how that would have went down with Jadzia. And like I said, I just want a Michelob and some pizza with onion.
Yes. Ugh.
Do you trust me? I'll order your pizza for you.
And that's just part one, folks.
Yeah.
Because next week I got some yelling to do about part two, but we'll leave that. And a cliffhanger, aren't you excited? Woo! But yes, it's supposed to be good fun. I mean,
it deserves the cliff, all right.
And then the thing is, but I really hated past tense, the DS9 one, for its preachy garbage. That was not even for fun. This one tries to be for fun, and it's just so all over the place and dumb, especially the second part. But the first part, I can't believe how they dressed Tuvok, by the way. I cannot. Why did they give him ordinary clothes? They had to make him look like he's right out of the hood.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How stereotypical is that, guys? In
Yeah, it's not good.
1996 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Jesus. And yeah, it's just.
And Duncan McNeil in the tank top. Oh God.
Maybe the ladies liked it. I don't know.
Ew! Come on.
Ah.
Ew! Ew!
Yeah, you know, back then that was before we knew what a horrible person Sarah Silverman was, comic relief. And even back then, I used to find her mildly cute. But now, of course, she's a. Ugh. So, yeah, we just go ahead and deal with this episode. Because what is your rating of Future's Rear End?
I gave it a D-, but I'm going to change that to an F.
Wow.
So D- will be changed to an F, just because, you know what, like, don't dangle the Michelob and the pizza and the Jadzia meeting the you know, the guys who started the internet, and just no. And Tom Paris said groovy. You're done. That's not LDS.
Yeah.
It's not. No. Get out. Go. Get
good
out
night.
right now.
Good night, Das Wolfen. Have a good one.
Well, Das Wolfen. Good night.
Well, since man, we always get a review before we say it. No one listens to us.
Well, who are we anyway? We're not really important. And Shooter, yes, it is true that at the time, Harry was considered a sex symbol for the ladies in this show. And it's what basically saved his job, if you believe what the newspapers were saying at that time. And I believe he's also talked a little bit about that at conventions, but you would have to verify it. But yeah, I remember that was what was going on. There was some talk of, well, you know, that character is boring, but all the young women thought he was very, very cute. And so, yeah.
To hell with it. Let's go with your, start your reviews, everybody, and we'll have a limerick. Fiona, we got yours already. You did it twice. We got it. I just like for people to wait for the word, because it helps us. That's all. It's a good habit to get into. Unless that was unless she correcting one. So. All right. Okay. Limericks for Future's Rear End, Part 1. Time travel well done is a science fiction gift, and Sarah Silverman at the 90s end of a time rift. The story loses some hair when a doctor from St. Elsewhere somehow acquires the power to set a Voyager adrift. That's good.
Oh, that is good. That's tasty. That's very fresh and tasty, Max. Oh, and Gwag is reminding everyone that Garrett Wang, or Wong, I think he pronounces it Wong, even though it's spelled W-A-N-G. He's going to be in Calgary, and it's free admission to meet him. So if you live in the Calgary area, go to Gwag's Twitter, because you'll be able to meet him for free. Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow, or is it next weekend? I forgot, Gwag. It's tomorrow, right? For sure, it's tomorrow, right? No, it's next week. It's next week. I'm sorry. I'm going to another. Are you going to the Pop Culture Fair in Edmonton tomorrow, Gwag? I'm going to that. So I'm getting my Pop Culture Fairs mixed up.
That sounds cool. All right. So first we got Princess Fiona says Janeway finds her great-great-grandmother and leaves her a message for her 24th century descendant. Stay away from that wormhole. Series over. A+. You don't really mean that A+, do you, Fiona? She might really mean that. I guess she loves the episode. Wow. I'm shocked Fiona loved that episode so much.
Fiona will rover you.
She's given an A+. I'm taking her at her word.
Fiona, rover the boss.
Look, no, she might like it. I don't know. She gave it an A. Did she not give it an A+?
Yeah.
Fiona, you gave it an A+, right? There you go.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Comic
wait a minute.
Relief Crusader, that is next Saturday. I just got mixed up, so I needed
I
Gwag
didn't even-
to confirm it because there is a pop culture fair here
I never even-
tomorrow at the Aviation Center. And then in Calgary is where Wang will be. And that's free entry. The Aviation Center tomorrow in Edmonton is, I believe, $7 entry, or you can get in for free if you cosplay. So if you guys want to do a road trip, I'll see you tomorrow.
All this distracting crap happening, I didn't even give my rating.
Oh, crap. Sorry, boss.
No, I mean, I don't know how it happened, but what the hell? I won't say all the shit I had to say about it. Next week, I'll just recap. D. I'll give it a D.
D?
Yeah. For dumb. Yeah. Just wait till I get a hold of the next episode. ED. What?
Fiona says if you're having trouble falling asleep, you could just go meet Garrett Wong for free, and that should take care of it.
Oh, you are mean. Damn you, Fiona. You're so mean.
Fiona rovered you.
Oh, what's she rover me for?
For the A+ comment.
She put A+ on there. That means you love the episode. I mean, Fiona, just, if you love it, that's cool. No one's judging you. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna R. Briggs. I had D-. F is more appropriate. I understand. ED. Speaking of ED, that drop there says F. Wow, Braga and Minosky, alleged writing time travel. They close out the Price story, but forget the eugenics war occurred from 1992 to 1996. And you know what? They're not the first ones to forget it. Mm-hmm. They really did it. Deep Space Nine ignored it. Yeah. But it's pathetic. It is pathetic. It makes me sick, or aggravates me, actually. They can't even traverse the Trek timeline, or is this a multiverse? Nah. I hate multiverses. I'm done. Do I have to watch the conclusion of this crap of this crap fest? ED, no, no one would force you to. We would certainly understand. We'd hate to lose you as a guest here, though.
I'm forcing you, ED. I'm forcing you. You have to endure this with me because I love you and you're my friend and you're intelligent and I love your reviews. You must. And also, just so you know, boss, Jill rovered you.
How?
3 times. You woke up
me?
on the beach 3 times.
For what? What did I get rovered for?
It's just funny.
All right. Well, there it is again. Fiona gave it an A+. What am I wrong? There it is. Why, Fiona? But
in so much trouble.
She's allowed to like any episode she wants. West Cable, give my rating. I love it. Oh, shit. Raymond says F. I just can't even with Ed Begley and Bruce McGill. Bruce McGill was he wasn't in this one though, was he?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Do you want me to go check?
No, I think he did. He's the time agent in the later. Remember they met another time agent in the 29th century and another one, and he was played by Bruce McGill. This guy wasn't Bruce McGill. I'm pretty sure of Raymond, but maybe I'm wrong.
Ramalama jamalama ding dong.
Eric K says, what the hell? Oh, wait a minute.
The guest appearances are Sarah Silverman, Alan G. Royal, Ed Begley Jr., Brent Hinckley, Clayton Murray, Susan Patterson, Christian Conrad, and Barry Wiggins.
Wiggins. So, wait a minute. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble with Fiona now.
You are.
All right, Fiona. I admit it may have been sarcasm on your part.
Slightly.
Oh, I love you, Fiona.
We do love you, Fiona.
And I know that with your track record, there's no way you would be giving this one an A+, but you did write the A+. That's all I'm saying. And you didn't put you didn't really put any like sarcasm symbol next to it. Just saying. Oh, no, sorry. Just kidding. Agonizer. Eric K says D. He is traveling. He is traveling time. He has all the time in existence to talk to them, not just show up and fight. Yeah, it was really terrible. It was like, I'm here to kill you. You have a time machine, jackass. Use it right. Leaving an incident in charge. I guess they really do have no crew left. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Time travel gives Bangway a headache. Well, she gives me a headache. The stupidity of this captain hailing Earth when they already know they are traveling. They are traveling time. Kirk and Spock knew to scan the freaking planet. Yes. Even Picard knew that.
You swore on my show.
Picard,
How dare you bring up the name that should not be spoken? Poopy stew.
He said Picard.
I know.
We'll at least, at least after they get this solved, they can travel back to get to the correct timeline.
Clubby, would you do me a favor? Would you please shove Poopy Stew back into the box that you have him in?
Okay.
I love it when you do that voice when you're like,
what? Wait a minute. Someone woke me up again. Yes, who's talking bad about me now? I'll send you to the brig number one. I'll make number one. I order you to take a number two. There, you get that? Oh, sure. Ooh. The Comic Relief Crusader says F this episode because Ed Begley. I mean, really, Ed freaking Begley? Yes, yes. Saint Elsewhere, boy. Lisa says D. Even Janeway said time travel gives her a headache. So say we all. Whoops. That's from Battlestar Galactica. Never mind. On part 2.
Lisa.
Is it? They did have time travel in Battlestar Galactica. The original, anyway. I don't know about the new one. Although I am a fan of the conspiracy theory of reverse engineering UFO technology.
Okay.
And deviations. Right. Sure.
That's a fair comment.
Jill says a B. While science and time travel is lackluster, this has all the heart of an astrophysicist eagerly asking you to go to her Tuesday planetarium show. And it's as cheesy as her advertising, too. Unfortunately, they decided to set this in the 90s while ignoring the eugenics wars. Yep, it pisses me off. Big deliberate fail. It feels like a TV movie, and I can appreciate the sense of fun this episode exudes. Henry is a jerk, and the 29th century ship back, but it's all with the time travel method that makes Clobby consider whether when he exists or when he doesn't exist so that he can exist. Wow. It's true. I don't think it exists, even though it probably exists, even though it doesn't.
No.
Jill.
No, Jill.
I'm just saying that you could exist and not exist at the same time if your existence coexists with how much you're existing.
Jill.
If you exist what I'm existing about.
Jill.
If you take my existing.
Why did you do this to us, Jill?
I don't, because I don't exist. That's why. In fact, you probably can't hear me now that I don't exist.
Clobby, I love you.
I love you.
Take my hand, Clobby. Come with me.
What? I'm fine. I can do this. All right. I love you, Joe. The time travel lacks common sense, but it's fun. Where's Captain Finity?
Where is he?
I don't know. I love when Tuvok looks around and realizes they didn't have to change their uniforms. It reminds me of the Star Trek con I went to in Vegas. Yeah. They should have landed at the Star Trek con, actually. It's absolute nonsense, so I understand the low grades, but I was completely entertained at the same time.
Okay.
I got you. It was more lighthearted fun than that horrible past tense dribble. Give it that.
Princess Fiona. Enigmatic drop bear. Now I'm hungry, but McDonald's is closed. I can't get a MacGuffin until morning.
What? Who? How? What? When? Oh no! Yep. Oh, there you go.
Oh, Fiona, take a bow. You won the internet this evening. Good
Let's
stuff.
see. Indeed. Wagner says, Grade D. This is a standard travel back to the 20th century plot with all the nonsense that goes along with it. I hate to say it, but Harry is better at command than insane way. Yeah, he actually made some competent decisions, such as monitoring Earth communications and rescuing the captain and first officer. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I mean, he did a good job. I mean, I'll give him that. Wait a minute. Oh, it was only 2. I don't know. Why do I keep thinking you have more than that?
It's okay, boss.
D.J. Kirk says D-. The writers were clearly on LDS if they thought this was a good idea. The chip held up by Starling is several years out of date by the time of this episode. No wonder ratings were plummeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, Shooter says D. Another time travel 2-parter. Didn't we do this on DS9 as well? Yep.
Yep.
It was in the 21st century, but yeah. Who practices tennis in their office? Use the holodecker cargo bay. Yeah. Yep.
Plus, like, the most difficult thing about tennis is how much upper body strength it takes. So, like, I find the racket and I find the ball very heavy. So the combination of them is extremely challenging, and tennis is very demanding. What she was doing was more like that badminton, right? It's like, why, like, that might as well have been like, what is the thing Mark calls it? The pickleball. Americans call it, I think, the pickleball.
It was a weird ball she had.
It's like the ball wasn't even heavy like a tennis ball, and her racket. It looked like one of those things that Mark taught us about, because we don't have that here in Canada. So he taught me about, I think it's called pickleball. Anyway, that was not tennis.
Let's see here. Captain Braxton had no time in a ship. Had no time in a time ship. Yeah, good point. He couldn't come up with a plan to divert Voyager from the rift, like faking a Vidian fleet or some such. Nope, not buying it. It was so nonsensical. He just comes out after them to kill him. It was stupid. So this is an attempt to recapture some of the Star Trek IV goofy fun. There'd be whales here. There'd be whales here. Hey, Raquel, is that the same creature from the Black Lagoon you've got on Silverman's console?
Yeah, I saw that, and I immediately thought of you. I was like, Quag!
Yeah, that was Shooter that said that.
All right, Shooter, yeah, but I immediately thought of Quag. Sorry, I'm also reading Mark saying. Now, sorry, folks, it's getting late here. He says, yes, Raquel, pickleball. I'm a pickleball widow. So we were right. It's more like pickleball. Anyway, I'm doing too many things at the same time. Please excuse me, everyone.
Tom, nobody walks in Los Angeles. We're going to need some wheels. Next, we get Tupac on a skateboard in Bangway on roller skates. Neelix should have focused on the cooking channel. Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much, Shooter. Simply Steve says an F for every crew member. Alt title: Putrid Rear End Fart One. Rift off again with the time travel trope. Star Trek Voyager Home. The Voyager Home, good one. Movie sucked. ST, the Voyager Home movie sucked. Tuvok missed. You said you didn't like the Voyage Home, or you just, I don't know what you're saying there. Tuvok missed colorful metaphors a la Kirk double dumbass. Yes.
Double dumbass.
Double dumbass on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Comic Relief Crusader, that thing that Janeway was holding, it looks suspiciously like this weird pickleball thing that they play in the States. And we need to try this pickleball thing. It's supposed to be really healthy for you. Yeah, Americans play this thing called pickleball. Look it up.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
RR
cool.
Says, I give it a C-. Trouble with Tribbles, DS9. Trouble with Tribbles. DS9 is silly time travel done properly. Sadly, Voy is just ridiculous. nonsense, mildly amusing for brief moments, but otherwise nearly unwatchable. I hear you there. Thank you, RR. Sean Carter says D-. Ed Begley Jr. Was much better as the son of the Invisible Man and Amazon Women on the Moon. Oh, God, I remember that. And Sarah Silverman equals yuck. Yep. All right. Maximum Redstone says C. Extra credit as I still kind of crush on Sarah Silverman. First off, Captain Braxton sucks. Second, it's 1996. Most humans using AOL on phone lines would have booked 3 to 4 hours to download 5 MB. How does our villain Schmegly Begley capture, analyze, and reproduce 29th century tech in such short order to compromise Voyager so thoroughly? Third, how does Braxton get that crazy? I don't know. Fourth, Captain Candy Caneway fights to enforce the Temporal Prime Directive, yet somehow avoids the fashion police. But they also left the other Braxton in back in that time period, by the way. Fifth, that's spoilery, sorry.
Don't spoil.
Fifth, I can't help it. Fifth, live from Roswell, it's the Tom and Balana show.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, yes, I crush on Sarah Silverman. Of late, I've been crushed by her going Hollywood left. However, this is where I first saw her on TV, and what I can say, I still think she's adorable here. What can I say? I thought she was kind of cute back then. I liked her on the Larry Sanders show. That's where I first saw her, which was a cool show. Addendum: If Schmeggles and McGeggles has successfully assimilated so much 29th century technology, why the hell is he still using a cordless phone?
Right.
I don't know. Comic Relief Crusader says F because Ed Begley. I mean, really? Ed freaking Begley? I think I already said that one.
He did. He said it again.
What's wrong with you, boy? What's wrong with you, boy?
I think that's the whole point. I think the Comic Relief Crusader's like, ugh.
Final review of the evening, folks, by the great Mark D with a C. Come in here if you feel like it, Marco.
Yeah, can you join us?
Join us if you will.
Come on over.
He says, B, despite my extreme displeasure with time travel being overdone, I enjoyed this episode for what it is trying to accomplish. Lots of logical problems, but screw it. Let's just have some fun. Maybe I have been beaten down by the quality of recent episodes, so I need an intervention. You sure do.
You do need an intervention. We're going to beat you with a pickleball racket.
There can only be one actor who can say groovy, and that's, of course, the great Bruce Campbell. We need that soundbite. Groovy.
Coming right up.
I mean, from the one from Evil Dead, though. Either one.
I am, of course, yeah.
Oh, come on.
There can be only one.
Mark,
everyone.
Let me know when you're
welcome. We love you so much. So there are a couple of Canadians in the audience, and they live close to me. So they're from Alberta. So I said badminton for that.
Badminton.
Yeah, that racket, but it's more like the pickleball.
Pickleball. Yeah, I noticed that when I was watching. I guess they were trying to be like, oh, this is a high-tech tennis, racket and ball. But
can you show Greg and the Comic Relief Crusader this pickleball thing? And Princess Fiona says, my eyes are closing by themselves. Time for bed. I love you guys. Good night.
Good night, Princess.
Thank you for everything,
Fiona.
As soon as they upload the groovy quote.
Oh, man.
But so I mean, that was so ridiculous. It was that shooter that pointed out, or I can't remember who pointed that out, but how ridiculous that scene was. You wouldn't be practicing tennis in your quarters, or maybe you would have you would have holographic tennis. That would make sense, where you
holodeck.
I was, and she's missing the ball. It's like,
why
did you miss the ball?
And like, from my understanding with tennis, it's like the fact that the equipment is substantial, that it weighs a lot. That's where all the power comes from. That's why tennis players look so fantastic from the waist up. Like it takes a lot of effort. Like tennis is supposed to be really good for you, but I mean, sorry, no offense, but pickleball and badminton aren't really I wouldn't
Pickleball's like
say
mini
as physically
tennis. I'll
challenging.
show it in a second, but pickleball is like a mini tennis, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like ping pong. So the idea is you don't have to run that much.
Yeah,
And then
right?
and it's a plastic ball, kind of like a wiffle ball, if anyone knows what wiffle ball is. Or
Yeah.
so the problem is it makes a ton of noise. So anyone that lives near these parks now, they're going crazy because it's like ping bang. It's like this ping, and it's tennis. You know, it's kind of like the dunk 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 dunk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
pickleball's like whack 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 whack. You know, so it's killing people that live near these parks where they used to have tons of tennis courts, and you can fit. I think it's 2 pickleball courts
Oh
or 4
no.
pickleball courts on 1 tennis court. So the court's much smaller. So you
Yeah,
can
but
have like a ton of
complete
pickleball.
madness if you're hearing dunk,
And
dunk,
the
dunk,
noise,
dunk, dunk, dunk,
yeah,
dunk.
like ping pong all day. So people, guys, like, I'm
Oh
going
God.
crazy now.
That's cray
It's
cray.
like, yeah. So, but it's super popular. So I don't know. I guess it's not it didn't cross the border yet, but yeah, it's so popular up here that you can't find courts, and the tennis people are fighting.
But you can't say up here to us, Mark. You're down
Oh,
there. We love you, but
yeah.
you're down there.
Yeah, but you're up there.
That's right.
You're up in you.
Oh,
All right.
Cajun man.
All right, well, here we go. Here's what I thought of that episode. The only person that can say this.
Groovy.
That's Evil Dead 2.
That's what?
That's from Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2. Yep.
Army of Darkness is probably better, but that's a good one too. They're both good.
Too scary for me. Too much blood and gore.
That's fun blood and gore though.
Oh, you would like. That's it's not bloody.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not for Raquel,
as
but yeah.
It's not scary.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
don't
not
be a big,
scary.
don't be a big fraidy cat. Not Army of Darkness.
All right. Maybe I'll give it a try.
No. I'm not.
Well, it's
Larka.
not for you. No,
No,
it's not
I
for
don't-
you. It's not.
I don't
for you,
know.
but it's,
Yeah, she wouldn't like it. Yeah,
but it's a comedy horror with some. The gore's not
comedy
that bad in the
action
last
adventure.
one. Army
That's
of
not-
Darkness. I don't think the gore's that bad.
Yeah.
no, but she shouldn't like that kind of stuff. I mean,
So
I know what she likes.
Bangway, head desk way, head desk. This she was playing something that I think looks more physically demanding. That's more akin to the physical demands of pickleball than tennis, and Comic Relief Crusader and Gwag. The three of us are from Alberta. So cool. Anyway, maybe we should play pickleball in Alberta. You guys want to start like a pickleball league, and we'll invite Mark.
It's popular. Yeah, it's popular.
Yeah, Army of Darkness is kind of a comedy adventure there. We had a drop air last Tuesday night on Nick's Talks of Tuesday. We all talked about it. That's one of my favorite movies. Anyway, Evil Dead 2 is almost a comedy, really. So
Yeah.
But
So
it's-
this is it's
what is
the
this?
first one. Yeah, don't watch the first one, Raquel, ever.
She should never watch it.
I know, but I'm just warning. I
don't
know,
watch
but
any
I'm
of
just yeah. But
Trust
she can watch what she wants. I mean, we're making her watch all of Voyager and
Yeah, that's that's on her. She watches it every year before she met us.
Yeah,
She's already
I have my own sickness.
She's already tortured herself for years before that.
Right.
so this is a pickleball. So you're right, Raquel, for not knowing pickleball. See, it's kind of like a plastic wiffle ball that.
Yeah, well, I pay attention when you teach me stuff, Mark.
Yeah,
I do, Marky Mark.
I don't.
Thank
Oh,
you.
sorry,
So yes, this is pickleball here, and this is the kitchen, and you can't hit the ball while you're in the kitchen. So see how? Yes, you
Cool.
can't. It's got to bounce in here first, so otherwise you could just stand at the net and smash it. So you end up
Okay.
playing a lot of times like at the net
Okay.
and just volleying all the time. So you're it's like back and forth. Like there's the idea how the court is really small, but it's
Mhm.
really like 10 years ago. Someone was at our civic center. And they're like, we need more pickleball courts. I'm like, what do you need pickleball? Don't you? What are you doing with the pickles? It's like it's the worst name for a sport ever, pickleball. But
Yeah, it's a very weird name, but you know that
Yeah.
Netflix special that talks about researching all of the genetic or geographical clusters of people who are the most long-lived people in
Yeah.
our society. They break down the different regional cultural norms. So what they're imbibing, is it wine? Do they imbibe libations or not? What are they eating? Is it Mediterranean diet? And one
clam
of
pizza.
not clamp shin kicks, Mark. And one of the things that they brought up was a community where they were playing pickleball. And so after that, it resonated with me because I was like, Mark's wife plays pickleball.
All the time she played twice today.
Yeah, so I think we should try and get this pickleball thing going. Anyway, it's kind of cool.
No, it's fun. Yeah. So it's, and the good thing is you can play when you're quote unquote older, because there's not a ton of running. There's some running, but you're not running all over the place. So you can play with limited motion, but you're still moving around. But you don't have to cover as much of a court, you know. So you got look at that cute older couple playing. Yeah, 88 and 98, they won gold medals. So. That's
yeah,
awesome,
like it's
right?
supposed to be really healthy for you. But see, Shooter's backing me up here, okay? Shooter's saying, so is that tennis has evolved in the future into something that is not tennis? And that was my question. It's like, it's like Mark said, why not like do like a holographic projection of the tennis ball and the tennis racket?
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm only a buck something. Like I'm not a big lady. I've been like skinny my whole life. When I was a kid, I actually had the nickname Bones. So I'm like a tall, skinny girl. And like I tried playing tennis and I found it very physically demanding because it's just but
You're
I think I
running the
could play
whole
the
time,
pickleball.
No, it's fun. Yeah. No, it's you start a pickleball league where you are. Yeah, it's the
Takes a lot of
thing
power to
going.
get a tennis ball over that net, and you know I could definitely see why a lot of players use two hands to get that accomplished because it's that's not an easy sport.
Yeah, I was a semi decent tennis player. Used to play all the time, but yeah, when you get older,
Really?
yeah,
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You have big, wide shoulders. Jamalama ding dong. Jamalama ding dong. I'm out. I'll be back next week with homework completed. Good fun. You guys are great. Great night. Yes. Jamalama,
Cool.
it was so nice to meet you. And we are so happy that you had a wonderful time.
Absolutely. Nice. Always love when new people show up. You have a fun play. We have a great group here, a great chat here, and all new people are welcome. Our friends are, and we're all here very welcoming. And I think you'll love everyone here, and you'll have a good time. So that's great. Really nice meeting you.
So nice to meet you.
I just have to agree with the captain all the time. Everyone, no one else does. Yeah.
Pardon?
I just have to agree with the captain. No one else does.
You
right?
have to. Yes. Well, he got Rover tonight. Joe rovered him 3 times.
Well, what did I do? I was just reading off of the,
You're teasing. You were teasing the Princess Fiona. You did not curtsy, and so you had to be punished.
I was just taking her at her word. So hey.
Wagner. Yeah, it is oversized ping pong. It's like playing on a ping pong court. Yep. Definitely is. And this is for anyone who was suffering through these episodes tonight. This is one of my favorite lines from Seinfeld.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
And the kicker is by saying that you go insane.
Come get some.
Thanks. I love that one.
Put that on.
Totally
come get some.
Groovy.
He says,
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Come get some.
Groovy.
You hear the chainsaw in the background. Oh, nice. Thank you
So
for those.
good.
Thank you for those.
Bruce
Shooter says serenity now, insanity later.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it drives you. He goes and then they find out, like, the person who started the technique is getting dragged away. It's like it's like it's a cookbook. It's like Serenity now makes you crazy. But that's what's the actress's name? Estelle Getty, is it from Seinfeld? That was on the. She was one of the 3 people in the. In the book, I'm a
nerd. I'm just
you wouldn't know. I'm
nerd
asking Clobbering
who hangs around with geeks, and geeks know about all the TV. Me, I don't know anything about. I don't even watch TV.
Estelle Harris. Yeah.
Simply Steve says, "Are you sure the Serenity Now wasn't on King of Queens?" That's Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. It's definitely Seinfeld. Yeah.
I've never watched King of Queens. Did you?
I watched a little bit of it. Just once in a while when it come on the tube. But
Not that I didn't watch a lot of
stuff.
Seinfeld either, but
Yeah, I watched a lot of Seinfeld. Well, that's Superman in every episode, so
oh, not every episode. A lot of them.
yeah, Superman was, I think, in every episode of Seinfeld. Because Jerry Seinfeld's such a huge Superman fan, so
yeah,
he had Superman figures that were. It was one of his things that had to appear in every episode.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep.
Well, let's see here, folks. Next week's episodes are where are we at? Futures Reared End Part 2. Warlord.
Can we invite Captain Infinity on for that?
Where the hell is Captain Infinity?
I told him last night. You have to be there. Yeah, I saw him. Because we were playing Fortnite and he showed up. And then, yeah, and Lisa was asking me what I thought of the episode. I was some quick thinking. I said of the first episode. I said I think it was a double D. So we had a lot of fun on that on Fortnite. Yeah.
It was fun.
Well,
it was fun.
There's the Q in the gray and macrocosm. So that's next week.
Warlord.
Thrilling episode. So I said Warlord. But yeah. It's fun stuff. Maybe. Well, maybe.
Yeah, we got the creature from the Black Lagoon in the last episode tonight too. That was a nice action figure. I wonder if you're trying to figure out what that was that Sarah Silverman had in her computer, sitting on the computer. That huge
thought that was the creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's what he said.
That's what I said, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I'm just making sure.
No, but I'm just wondering who made. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. That was.
Okay,
yeah.
good,
But I'm just
good.
wondering who that. Who made that action figure back then in the 90s? Because it's awfully not. Or maybe that's the one I have. I don't know. I can't remember when I bought mine.
But isn't that the Minosky Braga? They wrote that, so they like the creature.
Well,
yeah, because
they're geeks, probably.
Yeah, later on they watched that in one of the later episodes. They watch.
Yeah.
They watch the creature.
So anyway, let's start wrapping it up here, folks. We're gonna get out of here.
The creature from the Black Lagoon is actually the offspring of Tom Paris and Bangway.
That's right. So, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We're about to start scooting out of here, but we're going to say our shout outs and show notes and shout outs. But first, we'll see if our first officer has any closing words.
Oh, thank you so much, Captain. Yeah, I want to thank each and every single person who came in to the chat tonight. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for the marvelous conversation. Thank you for sharing your views and your reviews and your grades. And I just appreciate it so much. So many of you are such great conversationalists, and I enjoy your company immensely. So thank you so much. I also want to shout out all of the lurkers and the folks who watch us on a rewatch. And that's usually between 250 and 300 people. That's a lot of people. And I just want you to know that we here at CLOBBERIN Times, we appreciate you so much. And we want to thank you for joining us and for supporting this channel. That said, please don't forget that you can actually join Clobby here. You can join his channel, and membership has its privileges. We have some pretty silly emojis, and you can hang out with Clobby on member streams, which is
doing one next week. Yeah.
Pardon? You're doing one next week?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So Clobby is, I call him a comic genius. He is just such a fun guy to hang out with. If you're not ready to make that move yet, please feel free to click that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when Clobby's on. And, if you had fun tonight, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up. I want to thank every single person who gave Clobby a gift tonight. This is such an important part of what we do because it keeps the lights on in Clobby's virtual comic book shop. So thank you so much for your thoughtfulness and your generosity. Those who gave him stickers or the super chats, and also the purchase of memberships. I mean, Shooter, it was Shooter, I believe, tonight who bought 10 memberships. So thank you so much for that. It's just so incredibly thoughtful. I want to thank all the wrenches for the marvelous job you do in assisting me and assisting Clobby. You guys are just amazing people. You do not get paid to do that, and yet you do that. And it's just so kind. thank you so much. I also want to shout out my patrons. They're on Patreon. They get to pre-read everything that I write before it goes to the public. They get to read all of my rough drafts. My second book is coming out in very early 2024. You can also buy my stories on Amazon. They're only $1 a piece. Please support me there if you like science fiction. I want to thank Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin. May you rest in peace, sir. I'm always going to shout you out because you were with me from the beginning and supported every story I ever wrote. I love you, Cardi. You were a massive pain in the butt and also one of the coolest people I've ever met. So may you rest in peace, my friend. I want to thank Shooter. I want to thank Wagner, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K, and our trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear. Love you, hon. Michael and Cassandra Beacom. Thank you for joining us. Cassandra, I'm waving to you, sweetheart. Mark D with a C. Anti-derivative Jill. Jill, you were on fire tonight, sweetness. Maximum Redstone. JT Kirk. Dadman and the Dadman clan. Lord and Lady Thoth. And of course, Lance. Rob Altus and Tyler. Thank you so much for supporting my work. I also want to thank Mark. Mark is a maker. He makes wonderful things, and you should follow him. You can get a hold of him on YouTube. You can get a hold of him on Twitter, and you really should because he's smart, he's funny, he's a cool guy to hang out with, and he makes beautiful things. So don't forget to support Mark. Mark, thank you for everything you do for Clobby and I behind the scenes and for just being a great friend to one and all. You're a stand-up guy, and it is an honor and a pleasure to call you friend. I also, last but not least, want to say thank you to Clobby. Clobby, you created this space. This whole thing was your idea, and none of us would know one another. We all wouldn't be friends like this. We wouldn't have created this, 250 to 300 people who show up every Saturday to hang out. You did this. And it's just because you're such a fabulous person. I just love you so much. You are just so fun to hang out with. You're the best. And I struggle for the words because I just love you so intensely. Thank you for creating this space and bringing us all together. I had a riot tonight. It's an honor and a pleasure to call you my friend and to be invited on your marvelous channel. So thank you so much, sweetheart. Mwah.
Oh, well, I love you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You're the best. You're the greatest first officer of the fleet. Marco, first chief engineer.
Hello.
Oh, Marco Polo. Thank you so much, Raquel. Always so
I'm never
nice,
calling him Marco again.
Polo.
Yeah. That's okay. I don't mind. Yep. I used to play in the pool all the time.
But
thank you, Raquel. Yeah, so nice. And yeah, thank you to everyone in the chat. It's always great hanging out and having a wild, fun time on Saturday Night Star Trek, even if some of the episodes maybe are stinkers or maybe you like them, but either way, we have fun. So yeah, it's good stuff here. And when I put the show on when we got home, we were at Grandma's house having a nice Italian spaghetti dinner, and Maureen was like, "What's that?" She heard your raspberries. In the other room. She's like, "That sounds kind of gross. What is that?" I'm like,
"Oh my
that's
God!"
Raquel giving the episode of raspberry. She's like, "What's going on in there?" Yeah. Yeah.
Nerds out of context. It's not good. Nerds out of context, not good.
Especially when it's in the room, it kind of bounces out into the other room.
Jeez, tell Maureen I said sorry.
It's all right. Yeah,
your mom. Imagine what your mom thinks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. But yeah, looking forward to Sunday Night Geekery tomorrow night, part 2 of Comic-Con, and everyone buy Raquel's book or follow her on Patreon if you can't. Times are tight these days too, but at least give her a follow. The links in there, and yeah, hopefully I'll get my my ice cream.
You mean your sideways doom scoop?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out or do. Someone suggested another website. I'll just do my own website. But
Doom Scoop. Mark sells Doom Scoops.
Doom Scoops. Yeah, I'll call it the Doom Scoop. Yeah. Those bastards are got me. But yeah, so yeah, which is totally ridiculous because there's a ton of people selling a gazillion other things Trek related on there. It makes no sense. But anyway, great to be here and hang out with you guys. Thank you, and shout out to my Patreons: Shooter, Brian Hepburn, Rob Altus, and Larry, and all to my channel members. And hopefully I'll do a member stream pretty soon too. I keep threatening it, but maybe next. We'll see what comes up. But trying to Trying to schedule one too. Yep, which should be a lot of fun. So thanks everyone, and yeah, it's always a great time, even though sometimes you might lose your mind.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Those first 3 episodes were so bad. Oh God save us. Anyway.
Yepper. Well, let's see here. Shoutouts and shoutouts, or one or the other. Number one, you need to run, or do you want us to? We can handle this unless you want to hang with us and do the shoutouts and stuff.
I have a super early morning, which is
Go
also
ahead.
why
That's
folks
cool.
I have some things that I'm doing super early in the morning now, which is why at about 10:30 I begin to fizzle out and start babbling. So I want to apologize for that. But yeah, I do need to duck out
That's
because
okay.
I got up very early this morning, and I'm sorry everyone. But I
Nothing
do
wrong.
love you
No,
all
it's
very
good.
much, and I appreciate you all very much. And I will see you on Clubby's Clubhouse, and I will see you next week on Saturday night Star Trek. Good
Have a
night,
good time.
everyone.
Have a good time
Bye,
tomorrow.
Raquel.
Love you. Bye
Love
bye.
you too, hon.
All right, let's see here. Shout outs. Some shout outs first. Let's see. Tomorrow night on the Chief Engineers channel, Sunday night geekery, part 2 of San Diego. He went to San Diego. I keep saying it.
No,
San
I would
Diego
like to go to San
Comic-Con.
Diego. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. New York Comic-Con 2023, part 2 of the sounds. I mean, not the sounds, but the sights, I guess, of that. We had so much of it last week, and he didn't get to all of it. So have a bunch of it tomorrow as well. And you should check out his video from last Sunday night if you want to, see part 1. And so it's he's got all kinds of footage from the happenings at New York City Comic-Con 2018. Not 13, 23. I can't do anything right.
Some enabling thrown into, and it'll be a little tiny bit of foodery. But
Good night, Tetrarch. Let's see. I'm about to shout everybody out in a second. But anyway, so check it out tomorrow night, Sunday night, 10 p.m. East Standard Time. Then Monday, I'll be on the great J-Man's channel. J-Man and Sean and I are continuing our chronological reviews of the Legion of Superheroes, 58 through 89. The only era that counts. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. I'll be here. As I'll be here, of course, on after Monday night, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm over at the Midnight's Edge After Dark on Tom's Great Channel, 6 p.m. And then Wednesday, Wildcard Wednesday night, also 9 p.m., just like the Monday night show and the Thursday night show, the Clubhouse, with Mark and Raquel. And let's see. And then, of course, Friday nights. Oh, Wednesday nights, I think the round table's back. The comic round table on Loki's channel, 7 p.m. Yeah, we came back. We did it last week, but Loki couldn't make it when Era set in for him. So Friday night, for Jack Kirby's Fourth Floor Reviews by J-Man on J-Man's channel, and J-Man and Sean and I. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, I just can't get a number right. Gee, I'm bad at math, but good God. And then later at 8:30 Central, Nick Weiser's channel, my good buddy 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's channel, for some Friday night comic shop talk. And then, of course, next week, Saturday Night Star Trek. 4 more episodes. So, let's do some shout outs, shall we? If those who are still with us, whether you hear or not, you get the shout. And again, big thanks to great Chief Engineer Mark D with a C, and of course our wonderful Chief of Communications Officer, Anti-Derivative Jill. Thank you, Jill, for being here tonight. Appreciate you. Yeah. Let's see. Lord Thoth wasn't here tonight, but gets a shout out because he's with. In fact, let me do the wrenches real quick. Eric K, thank you, buddy. The great Chris Persia. Let's see. D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth, J-Man, Stephen Callell, Maddie's Daddy, Fandy Outsidey, Hungry Boy, and Maximum Redstone. And also with us here tonight, Shooter. Thank you, Shooter, for being here. Empress NM. Raymond Feliciano, again, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Raymond.
Yes, D. Guagnar. Sandra Feliciano. JT Kirk, go Lions. Taylor Swift is greater than Disney something. Love that name, but I couldn't write. I didn't have enough room to write it all down. Enigmatic Drop Bear. ED, always good to have you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Penny was here earlier. Bubba Doom 1. Thank you. Oh, he had to run though. But thank you. Michael Beacom and hail to Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra. Dave G. Sound. Lisa. Courtney popped in for a second. Sander. Good. Doc Fortune. What's up, Doc? Victor Fontaine. Dadman Walking and the Dadman Clan. Parker Luck. Princess Fiona. Sean Carter. Simply Steve. Scuba Pete. Professor R2, our new friend. Thank you. Wes Cagle, the biggest Voyager fan I know. Tobor the Robot. You, Bubba Booby. Rob Altus. Jamalama. I think that's how you say it, right? Jamalama?
I think so, yeah.
You, Ray Lucard, indeed. The Comic Relief Crusader. All right, man. Jerry Lahane. Larry, Das Wolfen, Appion, the Tetrarch of Apathy, RRTNZ, Kathleen Kakinakadi was here, believe it or not. No, she was here.
She might be looking for a job soon.
Wolfie. And that is it. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Have a fantastic remainder of your weekend, and I hope we see you next week. See you tomorrow night. Hopefully, try to be at Mark's. Everyone try to come to Mark's Geekery and look at the fun pictures and video and stuff. Until then, folks, trek on and clobber on, my friends.
Come get some. Groovy.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Groovy.
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
I just love clobbering time.